celebrating 3 years of bringing you the very best in LGBT talk programming. This is
Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Well, good evening. It is Tuesday in the heart of Central Phoenix. This is the show with Clayton McKee. That is me, alongside my friends Marnie Ryer, Al Perkins, and joining us this week, hello, the one and only Miss Barbara Seville.
Hello. That's terrible.
Get closer.
No, it's my allergies.
Now, conveniently, she's ill.
We'll get the school nurse to help.
Just to go sit in the corner. You Miss Richard, you'll be fine. Anywho, as I said, Barbara Seville, Richard Stevens joining us this week in studio as Katie June is doing something with HRC, if I'm not mistaken, or Equality Arizona. I've forgotten.
Or yoga.
Something. No.
Or is she meeting the president?
She already did that earlier today. Baby. I don't know if she met him, but goddamn baby. Wow, really? We're going to rip on Palmer this early? She was at the...
Piper, her little girl.
No, Palmer is the child's name.
Oh, right. Piper is Dusty's dog.
And also an airplane.
Parker's, Rosie O'Donnell's. We should make a list of all the names and who they really belong to.
And how we're going to forget them or fuck them up later. Right, Marty?
Oh, exactly.
That's right. Ernie says hi.
I'm sure she does.
Ernie.
No, but Katie June was at the President Obama's visit here in Ahwatukee, which is a suburb south of Phoenix. Actually, it is Phoenix proper, but anyway, she was there today with some other people. And then actually, I didn't realize this. Obama flew from here to L.A. He is on The Tonight Show with Leno this evening. So.
Well, he was going to do our show, I heard.
Well, we don't take guests.
Well, no, we just don't have another chair.
I ain't got time for that.
We don't have time, no.
Can you imagine if he had to sit in with us and what they would not permit to go out?
Too sweet?
Oh, yeah, but that's nice. Mm-hmm. I get it. I know what you're after.
Is it a vodka? Is it a wine? What is
that?
It's a wine.
It's a wine. Well, I'll have no interest in it.
It's delightful.
What do you do?
That's
it
a nice.
good.
That's a.
Look at the legs on that. And I don't mean Clayton.
I'm not sure what that even means.
Don't smell the microphone. It smells a little like Katie's partner.
Smells like a paper bag.
And he doesn't mean Kelly. Sean was the last one there.
I'll write that down. Katie's partner. Mike Smell. I'm going to write that down.
Like
Hashtag Katie's partner.
I like it.
Well, no, Richard, you brought a beverage, but I don't think it's an alcoholic beverage.
No, it's an iced tea.
We have.
I have that as well.
We have other libations in the fridge in Studio A.
Do you want to spike that? Can we dress that up for you?
I'm gonna Irish it up.
Okay.
There you go.
Very
No
good.
offense.
No,
You're
I
going
don't
to put a
take
potato in it?
Oh, I have a story with the potato coming up.
I'm
Oddly.
so excited.
Isn't that funny how you segue?
Nice.
Yeah, that weird?
Whiskers is with us.
Oh, good. Oh, there he is. I do see
is
him in
that
the
the
chat
Q
room.
Talk chat room?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Get to
join
that.
us live in the chat room by going to the Q Talk America page at the banner at the top of that page. You'll notice join chat or enter chat live. What?
May I go see if anyone's at the front door?
Well, sure.
Did you just periodically go look at the
Did you
front
hear?
door?
Because otherwise you should have locked it when you...
I did.
Okay.
But I just saw something on that.
Oh, on what? On your phone?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we're already off and
Oh,
running.
no. She's so silly.
Perhaps someone has delivered roses to me?
Perhaps.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
No, okay.
If it's ticking, we're all leaving.
And we're creeping up on Whisker's birthday on the 11th. I
Whiskers.
think I'm correct. I think
How
her
old
birthday
is
is
she gonna
August
be?
11th. I have no idea.
He doesn't tell us. That's all right.
Oh, it's a man?
Yeah.
Oh, because I had an Aunt Whiskers.
David Riker. His name is David Riker. He's a friend of ours. And I didn't know his name one day. I just called him Whiskers and it stuck. Don't know
I used to
why.
call him Nervous Nancy, but he's not as nervous anymore.
I don't know.
What do you
No, that was me. I couldn't get into the chat room. I realized
no,
what.
Aaron just texted me.
Oh.
And I didn't.
Is she at the front gate? Did somebody lock the front gate? Are you parked in front?
I came in the front.
Okay, well, I don't know. Anyway, for Al Qaeda trying to find us, go through the front gate.
Can you take the "This is Yemen" sign off the front door, please?
Yes. It was supposed to be with a J. This is
funny.
Jammin', but it
I
didn't
was
work
trying
out
to
that
dress for the terror alert, but they don't give me the colors anymore.
way.
I may have to get up again.
Did you guys plan the green shirts? Because you
No,
both
but
are
it's
sort of
good. I like it.
I've been wearing.
I don't know what
a good point.
Barbara has on because through the jacket.
Well, some
I'm
guy
cold.
on the way here, as Barbara was freezing for some reason, there was a. Did you know the guy on the sidewalk?
No, but I appreciate the way that you bolted and left me behind.
Every woman for themselves. Some guy was walking on the sidewalk screaming, look at me, you in the pink. Because you got a pink shirt on. That
scared me.
Yeah, well, I should have. And you're by the VA hospital, for
I
God's
love
sakes.
it. So he left you.
Yeah.
It
He
scared
really
me.
did. He bolted.
I did. Screw it.
You didn't feel like looking at him anymore?
No, I was good. It said cross, and I did, and I left.
Bye.
Lucky we're lucky to have Barbara with us.
Lucky to be alive.
Well, I'm
good
glad
to be
you're
here.
It's
Yeah.
good to be anywhere, I would venture to guess.
Good to have you.
As we typically do at the beginning of our little celebration of weekly gathering, we go around the table and find out what people are up to. Barbara, you're in Katie's spot, and that's where we normally start. So how's your week been, Babs?
It's good. My week is good.
Now, I know you have something to promote only because you're Barbara Seville. Number two, AIDS Walk is upon us in the near future. So what's on the docket?
So we started that this weekend. We had our first meeting, and we have some new talent and some new exciting ideas.
Now, are we still going with the Wonderful 100, or are we going to
Yeah,
go
it's
for the
Wonderful
Wonderful
100.
200 this year?
Well, we've never gotten that far with. We're still going. We're doing 100.
How about the
people.
wonderful 110?
The Wonderful
Well,
1
we
plus.
had like 110, 120, but yeah, AIDS Walk is October 20th, and we're excited about it.
I'm going to make a note of that in my calendar.
It's Rainbows Festival weekend,
I'm not going to make a note of that.
and it's usually like that's when the cool weather starts.
Well, except for you today, which you're
Well, you'll
freezing.
be in a snowmobile soon.
October who?
20th?
20th.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. You can walk with us.
Yes.
It's
I will.
Those of you that don't know, it's 100 people raising $100 for AIDS Walk, and we.
If it's more than that, we're more than happy
Oh, yeah.
to take it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Like
I was in the top 10 fundraisers
You were?
last
Yes,
time
you
I
were.
played
Were you
with
really?
you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As we crossed the
Yeah.
finish line, one of the girls I grew up with pitched in $20 to put me over the top. They were watching to put me in the top 10.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Because your hospital people
Went nuts.
went nuts
I
with the money.
shamed them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
that.
we'll do that again this year, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm more excited because I'm going to Michigan this weekend.
Oh, what's going on in Michigan, Babs?
Drag.
Oh, really? Okay, so somebody's actually paying you to come and bug them?
No, here in Phoenix, they're paying me to leave.
Yeah.
No, I'm going
We've
to be
always
at
been a smart people.
Oh, yes.
the Cavern Club in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm really excited.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
Ann Arbor's very cool.
Oh,
and it's also
you've been
Madonna's
there?
birthday
Yeah.
weekend, and
Oh.
she's from that area. So I'm.
That's right.
August 16th, right? Same day Elvis
got
died.
that
Elvis died, right. Wow, okay, so that's fun.
How
You're
about
going?
that?
It was
Wow.
It was a busy day in 1977.
Yeah, people were born, people died all over the world. It was kind of hush all over the world. So that's all you got, Babs? You're going somewhere and you're doing an
Yeah.
AIDS Walk. Got
Yeah.
it. Soon to be, I'm sure they would be able to find out more information by going to your Facebook page or to barbaraseville.com.
For show.
And
Yeah.
those of you on my Facebook page, be prepare to be
not
inundated
really your
with
turn.
requests for money.
Yes.
It's not really your turn, though.
No, I'm just telling that I'm going to raise money for you. And,
Oh.
and
I mean, go ahead, Al.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Well, Marnie just came in from a long road trip.
Yeah.
You went.
How long was
Well, I
it?
was in,
But
I was in Scottsdale.
in a smart car.
I sure was
No.
pushing.
So
Yeah.
you flew home, visited for a few days, and left on your trek back. Was it Saturday?
Saturday,
You
like
started-
late Saturday, quite a bit later than I anticipated.
than you had anticipated, right?
Yep, and then got pretty tired last night and thought I'm just not going to push it.
Yeah.
So I actually stayed in Albuquerque, just outside Albuquerque,
point me
Yeah.
in the direction of.
and then got up and had to work. I was on call the majority
Right.
of the week, and it was payroll, which shocking.
Shocking. It's always payroll
Always
with you.
payroll, and so that was very interesting. But what else?
Driving and doing payroll.
Well, driving, stopping, doing
I
payroll.
thought you were drinking your bottle of wine.
Yeah, fuck it.
Slamming it.
I ain't got time.
But it wouldn't be the first time he'd done that. So
So, but yeah, it was a lovely visit and a lovely drive. It's actually very pretty. I'm not a fan of doing it alone.
right, you talked about that.
Yeah,
Because
not
the
a-
last time you drove cross country is you and
You
I.
got to really choose your
it.
music carefully.
And yes, and thank God Erin sent a care package. She sent a
With the
carriage back to
CDs.
back to
Yeah.
Seidel and put some CDs in there. Thank God, because I hadn't
Oh,
thought
so
that through.
you didn't know about that?
No.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, I had no idea. And
You didn't know that you were going to need music, or you didn't
no,
know?
no, I
Oh.
just because I took off so fast, I didn't even think about that piece.
Oh, mascara and music selections are the most important things in my luggage.
So and it was very funny because she sent the care package to Seidel's.
Back there, and you get there,
Back to
and
Minnesota,
all of a
and-
sudden here's a gift.
Yeah, I'm like I had no idea. And it was very funny because the care package had in it this pair like lots of lovely things that I would enjoy, and it's fun and that's good. music and some little snack things and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It also had this pair of socks and a razor in it.
Oh, I don't know.
Like an old razor and an old pair of socks. And I'm
Right.
staring at it. I'm like, well, I don't get that. I mean, this is lovely of you, but I don't get it. And so it wasn't until later, after we had all looked through it and chuckled about that, like, well, maybe my be clean shaven and good hygiene. And
Well shod.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it was at that point that I get a text from Seidel. She goes, hey, I found those in your room that I stay in when I'm back there. She goes, so I just threw them in there just in case you were wondering about the razor and the socks.
Oh.
Well, thanks, because that really didn't make any fucking sense to me.
Did you ever see or read The
Wow.
World According to Garp?
Moons ago, I saw
She
that.
the Jenny character, the mother,
Okay.
Garp's mother, her, because she's a nurse and she's a working woman and her family is so disgusted by it that they send her a care package every week and she never opens it, and after like 20 years she finally goes to the closet and everyone has a new pair of nursing shoes and a douche. And it kind of said, well, if you're going to, and the message was, well, if you're going to be a whore, at least be well shod.
Absolutely.
Just one of my favorite lines
That's
from a book.
fantastic.
When you were telling that story, it's like, oh, shave your legs and be well shod.
There you go.
You're going to
Be
be a
well shod.
whore.
I love it. I love it. So I'm back and it's good, and I'm just glad to not be moving. Except
Now, did you take any advice like I do? Like when I drive cross country, sometimes, opposed to what this man would do, there are those times where you just don't want any noise at all. Like a good,
Yeah, I
quiet,
did.
silent period of time. Did you take
almost
some time?
Kansas, almost all of Kansas,
Good
as
for
a matter
you.
of fact. It was because Kansas and New Mexico, I think, need to be given back to whomever might want them, and that's just an opinion.
They're kind of
Oh, I thought New Mexico was beautiful when I drove across it.
It's because it's
Not
so
for me.
windy. It's not beautiful. I don't. There are parts of it,
pockets.
pockets of it, but it's so windy.
Probably
and
stoned, though.
it's,
Let's play the odds.
There you have it.
It's what?
I was probably stoned. It was 1986.
Ah.
Tim DePlanche was in the car. Special mission bag was somewhere nearby.
Right. So that was, but I did almost all of and I didn't even actually do it consciously. Like I just, when I realized that it was so quiet, I just was loving it, and yeah. So it
There's
was.
a lot
that
to
was
be
nice.
said for silence, and you don't get much of it in this 3 hours. I realize, but still, there's a lot to be said.
Thanks,
Really
Al.
defeats the point of a podcast if you're going to have
Well,
silence.
it does. That's true.
Well, when I drove, many years ago, when I drove my grandfather's truck cross country, there's no radio in it, and I purposely
sure.
did not take any music source. I literally knew I was driving that 24 plus hours in silence, but it was wonderful. I got to reflect. I mean, I was removing that truck from the family farm, so there was a lot of emotion that went along with that. So for me, it was a nice cleansing.
Did you have a cell phone or anything?
I think I did, because this was only like 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so you did.
Yeah, so I had a phone, but I purposely didn't take anything else. Like I didn't take a boombox or
iPod.
I mean, I would have broken into song. I mean, they're just
Well,
because,
he probably
there
sang,
wasn't
sure.
a music source
Sure.
doesn't
Nobody
mean
said
that.
I didn't
Sure.
sing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you cannot enter or exit Oklahoma
Yeah,
without
spelling
singing
it.
New York,
Yeah.
New York.
I mean, at some,
That's just an opinion I
and
hold.
at some point, I'm sure
Oh,
Eddie
from the
Rabbit and I
musical.
loved to ring it
Oklahoma.
Loved it. Rainy
the
night.
minute that I get there, it just stupid, but it's true. Across the border, Oklahoma, and I have no idea. I've never seen
Oklahoma
it.
where the wind comes
Yeah.
Well, Arizona's happy to have you home.
Well,
Yes.
thank you.
Well,
You're
welcome
welcome.
back.
45
and
minutes ago.
I took a different route home, which was very odd because I wasn't going to do that, just being alone and
Right.
whatever else. But I
Having
took
seen
it,
every horror movie ever made about driving through the Midwest by yourself.
No, but this one I felt like I had done this part before, not from New Mexico or right outside of Gallup or whatever, but down through where you come out by Fort McDowell and 87.
You went the back way through Arizona.
Yeah,
Right.
and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, did you get to see any
Salt
of the Jesus Christ, the Thelma and Louise part of Arizona? I hate to do a movie reference.
That
but-
would be Grand Canyon.
no,
No, was it
Monument
Salt-
Valley. Monument Valley.
No, I don't.
Okay.
At least not that I'm aware of. Where
Okay.
I came, I'm just telling you, there
Not
weren't any
sure.
signs or anything. It was just gorgeous.
Well, there's monuments. That's what helps.
Yeah.
There are
No,
monuments
no.
in the valley.
There were
It's
people.
an alley.
There were people standing on the side going,
Use your visual clues.
but that's all. But it really was. It was just gorgeous, and I believe that I drove through the most torrential rain I've ever driven in. And
Scary.
And
I'm
yeah, it
jealous.
really was.
Oh, well, I saw your posting on Facebook about the fact that before you left, you didn't check windshield wipers, but
Yeah.
you since bought windshield
Thank
wipers.
God, because going down just before Payson
Yeah.
was torrential rain
Right.
on the way down tonight, and
And
it
I
was
keep sleeping through
by
rain.
the
I have-
Mogollon Rim. It was just oh my God.
I haven't seen rain since May, and I'm starting to like get a little freaked out by it because I've
Yeah.
slept through it twice now. I slept
Oh.
through it in Rhode Island. I knew
Sure.
it happened.
Sure.
But I only realized what the noise was, and it wasn't someone peeing on me after it stopped.
Those
And then today I
showers.
just kind of like leaned forward. I'm like, oh, everything's wet, but I didn't like. I really need to see rain. I'm having some kind of like psychological break over
Well,
it.
this was fantastic, except for you don't know, like when you're driving somewhere where you're not familiar, you obviously don't know how far, and they don't leave a sign for you that says, next facility is 23 miles.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Right?
yeah.
So right about, the start of the drive down that hill, I realized I had to pee. And there was no two ways about, like, I was like, okay. So I did every exercise and did this bouncy thing. Like I did anything I needed
Like
to.
a pee dance?
Yeah,
Just
like a total pee dance. I had pee
dun.
chills. It was, and then let's rain. Please.
Oh, yeah, please.
Can you rain? And if someone
And you know
just
what?
turn on
Maybe
the
a bucket
faucet,
full of warm water. There you go.
Right.
just put my hand in it.
Right,
That was good.
exactly.
And then I get behind and it lets you know that there's going to be construction. Okay.
Yeah.
Except for I was doing really well and I was following that person that you want to follow.
Yeah.
Because they'll get the ticket first.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then
In
a
theory.
truck, in theory, right? A truck goes right in front as it's going to go to one lane for 23 miles.
Yeah, when you're driving
Did
14
I
miles
say
an
that
hour.
I had to pee?
Yeah.
How
oh.
bad?
14 miles of, oh,
And
dear
the
God.
ladies can't bring the plastic cup with them like the gentlemen can. I'm sorry for that.
I was at the point of tears. Like I was like, okay, just come on. This is asinine. So
And then you just pull into the
Anyway,
construction site and ask one of the nice gentlemen for
I
their
saw,
porta potty.
I saw the portalet and I'm like,
Portolet, sir.
I may need to. Hello, John.
I
How are
would've,
you?
right, yeah.
So anyway,
Nobody
digress,
would
but it
nobody
was-
would have said you were wrong on that. I
Sure.
think that would have been a
It
freebie.
was terrifying.
Yes. Well, welcome home. I'm glad
Thank
you had
you.
a safe trip. You're
Thank
here
you.
in one piece.
Yes.
And now your girlfriend has a new car.
Yes, newer.
Newer. Well, new
Well,
to her.
newer, yeah.
Well, that
and
thing
hopefully
is-
not the lemon that the house is. Hopefully she's
No.
done making lemonade.
No, I think so. That little bitch drove pretty good and I don't mean her on the way on the way down
Ernie?
here. On the way down here, and now it's spotless clean. I think you'd be very impressed.
Oh, I am.
armor-rolled everything.
Well,
and
let's start.
so it's
for you.
and
I like the way you
yeah.
use that word in a sentence. I've never heard before.
Armor-rolled. Yes, I need to get the
Armor-rolling
tires
is a
done.
verb.
But that's it.
To armor all.
Yeah.
Yes.
To armor-roll.
Yes. Mr. Perkins, I know one thing
And
you've
not to
done.
be rude, I'm just going to step out there one more time.
Okay.
Pee
I'm
and
sorry.
cry again?
Yeah. There's a-
I'm going down a mountain.
I'm going to relive my pee cry moment from the mountains. Just a fun with a couple movies, I actually saw them with people and brunches and
yes. no,
We
you-
went to the movies.
Yes.
and he handed me the soundtrack from the movie I think you saw with him.
Yeah, it was really
and I was
good.
hoping you could like download that onto your computer and then hand it over to the Barbara.
Well, I will be able to do that. I just hadn't
that's-
done that yet.
No,
But
no. I didn't know if that was part of the evil plan.
No, but
the
it-
movie
it's part of
20
the-
Feet from Stardom.
20 feet from stardom.
Yeah, I do want to see it at good. Everything you wanted it to be. Did you learn? Did you
Everything.
learn something you didn't know?
I learned a couple
Yeah,
things.
I was surprised actually.
Really?
Yeah, there was a couple big surprises.
Cool.
I have it buried in entertainment. And then
Okay.
yesterday, just a weird thing. I actually sat in on interviews.
Oh,
at
that's right.
my
You said you had to
work,
go do that.
and
What do you mean?
it was like I was part of the interview panel for
Oh.
people like trying to work where I work, and it was very
the restaurant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very odd to see people trying to get like work.
a job that you hate.
You know, no, actually, I like my job, but just to
Knowing
be
what
part
your
of
job
it and ask the
entails.
questions and like knowing
Right.
like, oh, that will never work. Like, we got to kill this dream. And it was fun to be part of the panel and like take notes. And then if I ever have to interview again, I tend to stay at jobs for decades at a time. So
That's all right.
we're not looking forward to it anytime soon. But just to hear how other people answered the standard questions that now you have to ask in big corporations, it's kind of
I.e.
like, tell us about a time that you had a conflict with another person and how did you resolve it? And tell us a time where something didn't go according to your plan and what resources did you use? I mean, they're so like fake and made up. And Whiskers actually had a book and it pissed me off because he went on an interview and he read a book that gave like answers to standard interview questions. And he told some story about a kid lost it. I don't know, Dwayne Reed or something, and that he, helped it. And it was a completely made up story that comes out of a book. And I had not heard of this book, so I was like seriously searching for stories. And I'm like, God damn it, there's a rehearsed script I could have used. But it was so, and the one person that actually told a genuine story was the best interview. Like a lot of people were like, you could tell they were like searching around, and one girl had notes. She was ready with notes about like, because everybody knows these standard questions now, so hers was a little bit rehearsed, and we're all like, eh. And then the guy that told her like thought of a real story and told it. We were like, he gets the job. Like it was like unanimous and
It's like
instant.
a pageant. Huh?
It was, but it was
The interview portion of the pageant.
but years shorter. than a pageant.
Yeah, this is 3 hours one day, right?
It ended in 2013, so it wasn't a drag pageant.
Began and ended in the same year. Okay, well, there's that.
So it was just an interesting thing, like to be kind of a fly on the wall and watch people. I'd interviewed people back at Taco Bell 100 years ago when I was like 10 years old, and what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
And I was asking 16-year-olds, like, have you ever burned anything down? Have you ever burned down a
can't ask that
plantation?
question today.
Yeah, no, exactly. Tell us about a time when the plantation burned down. How are you responsible? But so it was kind of and it was just interesting. I don't know why I found it so fascinating, but.
No, because
And I kept forgetting to ask my question. Like, it was the same question for every, but I was like, ooh, I love this
I know. Sometimes it's interesting to. I think it's even more interesting when you interview people that you know, and then all of a sudden you hear stuff about them. You're like, what?
Yeah.
I never knew.
I've known you for 10 years, and you like. I'm
You
more
herd
surprised.
sheep?
What?
Right. No, you do. You're right. You hear things that you don't realize that go on in people's lives. It's kind of like when you read an obituary or you hear about something that somebody else that knew them differently than you, and you're like, when the hell did they do that?
Oh, right.
Worked
Yeah.
for 20 years on a cruise ship liner, or some weird shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, when did they do that? I've known them forever.
I remember at Tish Tanner's thing, people were eulogizing her and remembering her as such a paragon of virtue and a
whatever.
and a selfless giver. And I actually spoke to that. I said, that's not the person I remember. I remember
are we at the same funeral?
a notorious shit talker and
Right.
drunk and loved nothing more than to gossip. And,
Right.
And when you got a phone call from her that started, girl, you knew to put down what you were doing because
Take a moment.
This is going to be a story.
Yeah. Well, like I've always said, if anybody's at my funeral, if everybody doesn't outlive me, or if they do outlive me, I mean, if the first person that stands up and says he loved everybody he met,
Right.
get that person out of there because they did not know me. No way in hell.
Audacity.
Clayton was a people person.
He was like,
Always a kind word.
yeah. It was like talking with him was like a warm hug from the baby Jesus or Pooh Bear.
Wow.
Same person. You've never
Same
seen
one.
them photographed together.
Not together.
Hi, Okinawa Donnie.
Oh, okay. Donnie's there. Good.
It was Donnie's birthday too. Just the other day.
We are
A
celebrating
day or two
birthdays
ago.
international.
And all of a sudden, I'm
Sevilla
remembering
braiding.
shit. So,
Sevilla braiding.
I knew you'd somehow figure to bring it back to
only
you.
mildly tortured.
Yes. Well, now the day that you and the Seville here went to the movie, I bowed out because I fell into a wonderful opportunity. I fell into two friends who do listen to this to the show, and they literally sent me an email on Facebook and said, "Hey, did you happen to find?" Because I just put out a float around Facebook. Hey, if anybody's got tickets to Bruno Mars. They chose not to go, and so boom! All of a sudden, I had 2 tickets to Bruno Mars, and I'm going. So I just went. So I called my mom, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Nothing." Why? I'm like, "Can you be ready to go in an hour?" She's like, "Why?" Like, Bruno Mars tickets. What? She goes, "Well, I'd really like to see him." She goes, "Is there anybody else you'd like to take?" "Mom, get ready. I'll be there in an hour."
Yeah.
So Mom and I went, and though they were up there, and but still, we got to be in the same room and enjoyed every moment of his performance. The girl before him, Ellie Goulding, I didn't really have any need for her. Then I found out that I do have a song of hers that you can understand and is palatable within other music that I have, and a mix that DJ Jeremy had given me. But I had no
I'm
purpose.
vaguely familiar with her. I know
No
the
She's
name.
really popular in Europe. She actually sang for Kate and Will at their engagement party or their pre-party. Like, she's a big deal. Just didn't take off here.
Never
Didn't-
heard of her.
I didn't.
Her song here was Lights.
But the funny thing for me is I hear, and again going back to while Katie June's sister is here, and I'm assured that she's heard of Wham. Yeah, I forget. Okay, to me, my experience with Bruno Mars has been, I own your music, you're adorable. You actually are the one who turned me on to him to begin with, even now. But I realize that I have a sexual relationship with Bruno Mars just because that's who he is.
And
He's
you didn't
adorable.
want to share him with 10,000 other
No,
girls?
I didn't think. It never occurred to me that middle-aged women and 13 plus girls are just enamored with him. So all we sat in the midst of was the sea of screams,
Oh, God.
and everybody has to stand. Why do you stand up at a concert? Drives me up a goddamn wall.
Oh God, Clayton, you're an old man.
I'm getting there. I
I gotta go halfers on you with this one. The first part is Harrison and I saw Duran Duran and Erasure back in the 80s as a double bill, and the Erasure thing, he was like way too gay for me because I found him kind of sexual till he came out on stage, and I'm like, oh my God, like my masturbation like like Woody gone. And so that was kind of really disappointing. I just couldn't relate how sexy I found his voice with his persona. And then Duran Duran came out, and like I had a very intimate sexual relationship with Duran Duran.
Which one did you like from there?
The drummer. The drummer mostly.
Oh,
but
I was
then,
John Taylor.
You know, you could pass me. I would be passed around Paul to any of those people that needed me to be. And the Screaming Girls made me. I seriously have not really liked concerts since. Like I have to be very careful what I go to because the Screaming Girl thing
drives me crazy.
Even with the scream that I have, they drive me crazy because even I can't get to a 14-year-old girl's pitch.
So I decided,
although I try,
though I fell into these tickets and it was wonderful, and I was happy to go because it was sold out. I would have had to have paid $1 billion to some scalper to have gotten good seats. But the fact is, I've got to remember from now on, I only want front row balcony, so nobody can stand in front of me. Jesus. If I have front row balcony, front row on the first level off the floor, or we're gonna go with suite. I just got to get a.
See, I can't do the suite; it's too far away. I don't like those seats at all.
And it's like just watching it on DVD.
Yeah, at that point, I'd rather watch it on TV. That has no. I saw one show from the box once, and I'm like, this. I'm separated by glass. By like, there's too much.
There was no glass. The ones at the America West or USA are not.
The one that I went to was maybe it was a football game in the winter, and that's why they had the glass down. But there was something.
That's where I saw George Michael when we all went to that.
Oh yeah, I went up on what you guys were watching, and
wonderful.
I was like, this is nice.
I think it's nice that you go do those things with your mom.
It's
fun. Sweet.
Because she loves him too. I took her to Gaga. She loved Gaga. But again, it was I just wanted to see Gaga and see what it was about. I don't think I need to go back and see her in concert again.
Not.
But the Bruno Mars thing was fantastic.
It's like fucking a fat chick. You do it once and
oh my god,
fuck off.
I thought Al would complain about that. Actually, I thought I was going to get it from him. But so the Bruno Mars show, like, does he in concert does he have that doo-wop vibe and like the band? Is it a big band or is it like,
he has
how does he?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7, 8 guys, and they're all together. I mean, clearly the keyboard player and the drummer don't dance with him, but you can. It literally. My mom made a very poignant remark about this. They literally look like a bunch of friends that just are hanging out having a great time,
just jamming.
It is. They all jam. They all have fun. I realize it's choreographed and it's rehearsed. Like, you know, they hit this mark and hit that mark, and they talk to a girl in the front row before they do this song or that song. But to watch it, none of it looked rehearsed. It all looked, aside from the choreography, when they're dancing and they hit the same thing, that all looks good. But like I sent the post to Ali, asked me how the concert was, and it's like he sold. Pop music, sex. He sold the doo-wop band and sex. Everything was sex with him. Everything.
Well, the new CD has like sort of a 70s vibe, like a 70s.
Some of the
funk.
songs, yeah, but it's good. But it was really good.
And mix it. And I didn't notice it till the Grammys how much of it like leans into the Police, leans into reggae, into like 70s ska, like really. Like I didn't notice it until you put it on there. And now every time I hear that one song, I'm like. It's just Roxanne. Not Roxanne, but like don't
sending out an SOS.
Yes, that one.
Don't stand so close to me. And whatever.
And the real version, not the.
And I didn't realize that the nickname for him is the Hawaiian Lion. I thought that was kind of cute when I heard him refer to him as that.
I'd still fuck him.
Oh, on a.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Fuck you.
From the Fat Girl reference earlier.
I ran
Please excuse my tardiness. Fuck you.
I ran into Dion Brown at Last Chance yesterday, and he was
a singles bar, dear. Really?
Well, actually, that's what the cab driver said. That's what the cab driver said too. She said, "Is that a bar?" And I said, "No, but it should be."
I know.
But I'm sure Dion will appreciate you outing him at Last Chance here on the show.
With big girl shoes.
And we were visiting. I said, "Well, walk with me. I'm shopping." And so we were walking, and he goes, "Oh my God, good, because there was this guy back here that I want to look at again."
Oh.
And there's this really cute guy who's wearing a Columbia T-shirt and short shorts. He was really sexy. And Dion says, and I've never heard this before. He goes, "Oh my God, he's so cute, Barbara. Look at him. I would fuck him on a block of ice with my mother watching."
Oh.
Wow. Oh. If anybody would like to supply ice to Dion Brown.
Next caller.
Yes, right there. Well,
the person that does our closed captioning again, we're sorry.
Fuck you.
We're sorry you had to type that.
Yeah. So, going from a wonderful concert of seeing Bruno Mars, I'm going to shift gears to another thing that some of you on Facebook may have seen me post. I made a post in regards to, you never know that how a random Facebook post somebody sends you a message, you don't know of them, but they're asking to meet with you about various topics
I
or
hate that.
whatever. Well, this one, and I already talked to you briefly about this. A guy lives in town named Marshall Shore, moved here from New York City with his partner 8 years ago. They've been together 20 years. They moved out here, and he is a huge history buff on many different levels. Like Phoenix City history, all kinds of different things. Well, he realized
Preservationist.
Yeah, he realized when
Archivist.
he realized when he got
Keep
here
going.
that there's not
Historian.
a lot. What is the synonym corner now?
Exactly.
Synonyms, just another word for the word you want to use. 30 Rock. Back to Marshall Shore. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was conjunction, junction. What? All right. So
I'm
anyhow,
going to get you there. Be very careful.
Sure we will. Anywho, he sent me a message saying that he was trying to document some things in reference to gay history in Phoenix, and my name was thrown in the ring as somebody he should talk to. It was Stacey J. Cavalier who told him he should come to me. He is working on a 307 and the Fruit Loop, some sort of a documentation about those areas. We had a 4-hour conversation, wonderful, about all kinds of things historic. Are you looking at me because of a sound?
Yeah.
I think it was his phone.
Yeah,
Got it.
remember,
Okay.
I have the Ernie tone on my phone.
Yeah.
No. That's all of a sudden I'm like,
So it was just a really nice conversation about history and things, and I got him in contact with the right people, so he's going to start documenting some things. And then we started talking about, we talked about things like our blender, like old things. Like he collects old things, and he thinks like the way things used to be built was better, things that weren't
An
made to fit.
antiquer.
Yeah, kind of that too. But it was just a really fun conversation with somebody that I don't think I would ever cross paths with, but we met.
Have
and
you never crossed paths? Because he's a doer. He's involved in a lot
I
of
think
stuff.
I remembered seeing him somewhere. In fact, I thought I had seen him, Al, when we went to see Donna Summer at the Symphony.
Oh, I'm
but he
sure.
said he was not
Oh,
there
really?
because I did ask him that very thing. But it was just interesting. It was such a great conversation to talk to somebody who never knew. I mean, I think I'd seen him, but I didn't know who he was or what he did, and then to find out that he has interest in some similar things that I do, just in regards to.
Oh, you
Like,
made a
the-
friend. What
yes.
a charming
That's what they're called,
story.
friends.
Got
Friends,
it.
yeah, that's how you use it in a sentence. I
You
think.
wouldn't know, but
No.
And I think the more we minimalize the steps of progress that I make, the better off we are.
well, I'm
you,
proud of you.
There you
good
go.
for you.
There you have it.
Get out the pom poms, lady.
Oh, come on.
Well, now that we've digressed 32
She
minutes
made a
into
duty in the
that,
toilet.
Wonderful boy.
number 1 or number 2? Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, coming back in just mere moments with, I guess, an alleged set of headlines from Marnie and I, and then we'll let Al and Barbara talk a little bit too. We'll be back right now on Q Talk America.
You're listening to Q Talk America. You're listening to Q Talk America.
I'm straight.
I'm gay.
I'm bisexual.
And I give a damn about equality.
Want to know why?
Because one hate crime is committed approximately every hour of every day in this country.
Imagine walking down the street and wondering if this is the day you'll get beaten up or even killed simply because of who you are.
Because many gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender teens who come out to their parents are thrown out of their homes.
Imagine confiding in the people you trust most, only to be rejected and tossed out with no place to go.
Because during the past 16 years, over 13,000 men and women have been discharged from the military for being gay.
Imagine being willing to sacrifice your life to protect and defend this country, only to be kicked out of the military because of who you love.
These are just a few of the reasons why we care about equality.
It is time for things to change.
We all have to get involved.
We all have to give a damn.
I give a damn.
Do you?
Join us at WeGiveADamn.org to learn more.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
All right, here we go. We'll look at some headlines on this Tuesday evening right here from the Q Talk America studios. I'm sure there's an inside joke between Al and Barbara. I'm not sure. Okay.
Oh, no, we're reading the chat room.
Oh, God, good. A man called 911 to keep his girlfriend from moving out.
A Riverton beauty pageant wants world peace and incendiary devices.
A woman gets her head stuck in a banister during sex.
3 blind cats, meowch.
Sylvester Stallone attacks Bruce Willis.
Oh, woman charged for dying.
It's real.
You don't interrupt the headlines, Barbara. I'm just sorry you don't.
This was a headline.
Breaking news.
No.
Next host.
Jesus.
Steven Cerna.
We have. Don't look at yourself. We have a rhythm to this, and you just interfered.
It was fantastic.
Okay, so I'm going to start. Would you wait? No, Barbara, by all means, tell your story. Tell your story.
No. I was contributing.
No, you.
I was chastised
Neither
last
of us
time.
have that.
What's the story? What's the story, Barbara?
Yeah.
What's the story?
We'll get back to it after you get your headlines.
I feel like there's.
That will be an entertainment.
I thought you were going to bring
Luckily,
up
it's
some.
called The Expendables, kind of ironically.
I thought you were going to bring up a
Coincidentally.
Sylvester Stallone story because you're wearing my Hard Rock Cafe jean jacket.
No, that's Planet Hollywood.
Oh, my bad. You are correct. Well, in now Florida, remember, it's when all goes Florida.
Yeah,
so many
things.
So many times. Well,
Bad stuff.
in Tavernier, Florida, the Florida Keys, a man says he called in a false kidnapping report simply to keep his girlfriend from leaving him. Matthew Corp was arrested Saturday and charged with both misuse of the 911 system and resisting arrest. Jail records showed that the 35-year-old man from Tavernier is being held in the Monroe County Jail without bond. Corp told 911 dispatchers that 2 men driving a U-Haul truck had kidnapped his wife. Well, an APB was put out to be on the lookout for the U-Haul truck. Well, come to find out, 2 men were the 2 men were driving the truck, helping the woman move. A woman at Corp's apartment told the responding deputy that she was, quote, his now ex-girlfriend and that she was moving out on her own accord. A sheriff's office statement says Corp was intoxicated, yelling at the deputy and the woman during his arrest. Corp said that he called in a false report to keep his girlfriend from leaving him. There was no representation at the time of press.
I have always thought that if the cops were behind you or you're getting pulled over, that you should totally call in a 911 call, like from right around there, so that like that cop would have to respond to it.
Oh,
like
Someone's
seriously.
being murdered right around the corner.
Wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, why not?
I think I've seen it in movies where somebody gets a call and I have to go. You stay
Yeah.
right there. I've seen that, but I think you'd get some sort of a charge against you for something else.
It's a
That'd
small
be my
fine.
luck.
Yeah.
A small
That
fine.
would be my luck. I don't think it's a bad idea. I just think it would be my luck.
Right, your luck that you'd get popped for it. Exactly.
When you said Florida, I thought you were talking about that python. Did you read about
No,
that?
I did.
Oh,
I did-
yeah.
I did
That was
read about that.
Pennsylvania, though.
Crazy.
They killed the two boys. Yeah.
kids.
We don't talk about bad stories, Barbara.
Well, sometimes we do.
Go ahead, Marty.
Sometimes.
What
I
bad
was
story do
waiting
you
for
have?
that story.
I know. So, Miss Riverton.
Riverton, what state?
Utah.
Oh, Utah.
Utah.
'Cause there's a-
Underrepresented in the crazy
That's
lately.
right.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Kendra Gill was the winner and became Miss Riverton. And apparently, when asked, what is it that you hope for? She said, world peace and incendiary devices.
Yeah.
She didn't really say that. But later, she threw bombs.
Oh,
Homemade bombs.
No.
Yeah.
From
yeah.
stage?
No.
She didn't take Liza's
Around her.
advice.
No,
Don't drop bombs.
Don't drop bombs. Around her neighborhood, she and 3 friends decided that they would make these devices and just start throwing them. Now, no one was hurt.
Okay.
And it's not immediately known if they have any representation, albeit
It never is immediately known.
it never is, no. but they were just pranking. They were trying to say they were just pranking. She's
These kids.
18.
Oh,
Was she
kids.
dethroned?
Well, yes.
Had she been
because
deflowered?
She was supposedly going to be going for Miss Utah.
Sure.
Not anymore.
And why wouldn't you?
Well, absolutely.
Next step.
You and all the
Riverton,
sister wives.
Utah. Right.
So, but
Racist.
yeah, clearly, I just thought that was great because we have there's such a picture of the beauty queen. Oh,
Yeah.
such congeniality.
Sure.
And bombs.
And bombs.
Bombs. I you know what that I
And
just kept
bombs.
seeing it on the crawl, and I would just catch the end like pageant title bombs, pageant title won't be Miss Utah, pageant title assault weapon like. What the fuck?
Assault weapon.
It was just ridiculous. And the woman who's doing the story that I was going to send to Clayton for the Huffington Post Live is British. So hearing her tell the story, it just made it even funnier for me because I'm like, come on. And it was very proper. When she was
The
saying
erstwhile
it.
pageant competitor has been dethroned.
Amidst rumors that she hurled bombs.
Incendiary.
Incendiary.
Harrison says, I say we go down and do a show from Florida just to see the dumbasses in their natural habitat. I say we sit in Georgia and just look across at them. Point.
Well, those really long
those Zoom
binoculars.
glasses.
zoomies.
Oh, his Zoom glasses will
Yeah.
finally come in handy.
I will bring.
Finally.
I'm going to bring those next week. I want to make sure that Katie and we're all here for those.
That'd be perfect.
I'm past my 30-day return, so I can't. I have to.
Damn it.
I have to live.
I need for Christmas or some other religious holiday to see you wearing them walking down the street.
Christmas is coming.
Well, it'd be kind of dangerous. for him to be walking
Oh, you
or
don't know.
riding
Oh,
his
because
bike
he might
in
they're
those.
so
objects
horrible.
are so much closer
No,
than
they're
they
not.
appear.
No, they are not. They are.
Why is Clayton out there walking?
And the
into
funny
walls?
thing is, I have seen the commercial again since I have acquired these horrible pieces of shit, and I keep wanting to believe the commercial.
So now are you going to go for the hearing devices next?
No, I'm
What?
not. No.
I just didn't know if maybe your hearing was skewed.
No.
In what they were presenting.
I'm good.
Helen.
I'm Helen.
Helen.
I'm good. Well, another headline I didn't get to read, but we're going to go to now. I know y'all love Fox News because they
Faux news.
What is it? All the facts. What is it? Their motto.
Fair and balanced.
We report, you decide. That's it. We report,
Fair and balanced.
you decide.
That's Fox News.
Do they really?
Well,
What?
Fair and
Fair and
balanced.
balanced?
That's
Oh my God, you're just okay.
I swear to God, I've never I don't sit there
It
fucking
is
long enough.
The year of our Lord 2013 summer of, and you just heard that
No.
they call themselves fair and
I
balanced.
honestly, I've heard you joke about it, but I didn't realize
That's
they
real.
really
It was a
say
real
it.
tagline. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh
That's it.
God damn!
Yeah.
I thought you made some
the
shit,
proper
funny
use
shit
of
up.
irony.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you all know of this
you for
lovely,
clarifying,
woman who has a last name that I approve of, but she's just a cunt. Sandy Rios is her name. She's a Fox News contributor and an American Family Association radio talk show host.
That sounds bad.
Yeah,
right there.
already we're stuck. On her show. This was last week. I forget the date it was actually aired. On her show, on the AFR radio show, she compared the love of two gay men, what they feel for each other, to the, quote, love kidnapper, rapist, and murderer Ariel Castro felt for the women that he held captive as slaves in his home for 10 plus years. Rios was speaking with Chicago pastor Edwin Lutzer, who insisted that pedophiles also, quote, love the children they rape. Lutzer also claimed that same-sex marriage leads to the destruction of the family and confusion for children. Both were arguing that only one man, one woman love is real love, and that the love same-sex couples feel is different from heterosexual love, which is both offensive and completely ludicrous. There was, there's a couple other things to read about this. There was an audio clip, and I did post it on our Facebook page if you want to listen to the crazy shit that they talked to. There's like a 2-minute audio clip, and I was going to play it, and I decided that it was just too fucked up. There's no way I was going to play that. The American Family Association.
That's right, American Family Association.
American Family Association also hosts Brian Fisher and is a certified anti-gay hate group, the AFR. Or the AFA, excuse me. In June, Rios falsely
But American
claimed,
Family Research Council, which is the AFR, is also a hate group.
a hate group too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They're
Which I
always
know
so
we've
innocuous sounding.
Right, no,
They always
totally.
sound
Like Republican Party. In June,
partying.
In June, right? Not even a party in the back. Well, they do. They
Well.
get caught, and then they're like, "Oh, it's not me." In June, this same woman, Ms. Rios, falsely claimed that there are, quote, epidemic levels of sexual abuse in the male gay community. In March, Hillary Clinton her announcement of support of same-sex marriage inspired Rios to suggest that the former Secretary of State may be a lesbian. And last year, Rios falsely claimed that America's embrace of Ellen DeGeneres will bring, quote, the complete eradication of the traditional family. I'd say Sandra Rios is batshit crazy.
Oh yeah, you got to get a look at her.
But she looks okay. But I can't imagine listening to that bullshit. Why do you? The FCC doesn't regulate that.
But how do you believe that? I mean,
They do.
the people that
They
are
do, and
spewing
you
this
drove
stuff-
through. You drove through like a lot of the
Oh,
states.
no, totally.
You have no idea. I took pictures for you. They're in every one. I'm not kidding. In every one of the stores, every fucking store you stop in, Love's or Pilot or any of these things.
Come and go.
Come and go. I did stop in
Yeah,
with those.
I
It's
know,
so
yeah.
cute. It makes me that.
A singles bar, really?
Last
Well, I
chance.
had to stop.
Yes.
You go in there and they're like Jesus throws up on you the minute you walk through the door.
Right, yeah.
He is
they have
bulimic.
it- like I found this T-shirt that I wanted to get Molly Montgomery a couple years ago. It says Jesus is my BFF, and because she always makes these silly, and I thought I need to get that for her. No offense, Molly. They only had it in small, so I thought
racist.
None
No.
taken.
Anyway,
my name's not Molly.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Excuse me.
Or however
didn't
you
have it in your
or
size
however
either.
you
Excuse me. Fuck you.
self-identify.
Yeah, exactly.
So I certainly don't mean that rude, but really it was like so they have all these T-shirts, and I found one and it said like Jesus is my lifeguard and all this. So I have those pictures
Jesus
for you.
is my
Al.
lifeguard.
Yeah, I have those. But
Jesus is my
but
lifeguard.
in all of
he
these-
doesn't have a whistle.
and
though.
it was right next to like the things that you can buy for that. What is it called? Like
Not So French
Duck
Feeling?
Hunters or whatever the fucking show is. Swamp People.
Oh, Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty, and there was another one for Swamp People, unless
Okay.
that's that's the same thing?
No, different show.
Okay.
Same network.
Similar.
Mhm.
And but right next to it is Jesus's, all this stuff everywhere. You can get mugs. You can, goddamn buffet of Jesus stuff.
It's a
is
belt
really
of
what it is.
Bibles.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
No, it's not even alleged. It's there. Yeah, I'm from there.
So the newsroom this week, they did a story, and they're back in time and they're doing current headlines and how they handle the news story, and they went over Rick Perry's ranch name, where that was written on the rock. Do you remember?
It was something real good. What was it?
N-word head. So the news anchor, the 10 o'clock news anchor, said the real word, and then they went nuts, and they bring him into the guy that runs the head of the news, and he's like the American
The N-word head of the news.
Yeah. No, they bring him in to see Sam Waterston, and so as they're talking to him, he turns on and he goes, you know what? The American Family Association of Family Values is going to be on my head because you're Jewish, or until you apologize for being Jewish. And just the fact that how funny they were that all those groups have the same name, and he just had to string some words together
to get all
and
of
you
them?
knew exactly all of them that were going to call in protest.
Sure.
It's all of them.
I like it.
It's batshit crazy.
Oh, it is. That conversation. I listened to that today. It's funny that all these news stories are coming up today, but none of them happened today.
Somebody's stepping on a cord.
Oh, that would have been me.
Well, there you are, Barbara.
There
All
you
right.
So I'm glad you asked about my story. Thanks. The Expendables 3, Sylvester Stallone, I think he was drunk, because it's like a late night tweeted on Twitter.
Tweeted on Twitter.
Willis is out, Harrison Ford is in, great news. And then right after that, followed it up with Greedy and Lazy, a sure formula for career failure. So he's not doing Expendable. Yeah, like a real live bitchy queen Twitter feud between heterosexual action stars. I thought that was interesting.
It is interesting.
Because I know I get drunk and post shit on Facebook.
No.
No, I do.
I never have.
Not like Heather. Anyway.
That's a whole nother category.
Whole other category. Barbara, I will pass that to you. Are you done with your story, Barbara?
Yeah, that was the whole story. That was my headline.
That was worth it. Go ahead, Marn.
All right, me ouch.
Oh. Kitty.
Goddamn kitty.
All right.
So there was a gentleman. Now I'm trying to stay as far away from Florida as possible. No, I have some. But Wyoming. No, we haven't done a story on Wyoming.
No, not in a
long
while.
time.
Not in a while.
Well, there's this fantastic cat lover there named L.J. Faith.
Okay.
And apparently he has just a shitload of cats. But he doesn't know how many, because he's legally blind. And so when they tried to ask him, how many cats do you have?
He might enjoy an audiobook, though.
He may.
Or this podcast.
Well, there you have it. So they're like, well, how many cats do you have? He's like,
how many cats do you need?
Why? Who's asking? So, needless to say, how the fuck is he going to know?
Okay. Sounds like
1, 2, 3.
I was not expecting a dramatic reenactment of the blind.
What the hell? How is he going to know?
And insensitive.
Anyway.
Always.
Slightly.
Whatever.
Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly. So the police have to come out because the neighbors are complaining about all the cats and the smell.
Okay.
Okay, that's going along with
Does his nose not work either? I'm not sure.
I don't
Just maybe if you're in the forest.
I'm
with the
serious.
trees.
One cat's
I'll have
30
to look
cats.
into that.
The house still smells the same.
It's 6. It's 6.
You don't have to tell Clayton.
This was outside.
Our house to
This
stop.
was all outside.
Yeah.
The smell.
Okay,
Because there are so
right.
many. Over 30 cats, apparently.
Only 30?
Apparently.
That's a low number.
So he's now filing a lawsuit, though, against the police chief and the police chief's partner who had to come out there, because somehow this turned into a brouhaha.
Oh, sure.
When they inquired about the cats. The pussy, as it were.
Ah.
And
I have questions about the pussy,
apparently-
too.
I understand. But please don't ask me. Ask Barbara.
All will be revealed later.
So my favorite part of this isn't the fact that the guy's blind, isn't the fact that they tried to ask him how many something he had, like 'cause he doesn't know, but the police chief had just taken classes that morning in using a taser.
Oh.
This isn't going to... Ernie's not going to
This isn't gonna
Ernie,
end well.
turn down the volume.
No.
Nope.
It had nothing to do with the cats. nothing
Oh,
to
he
do with
tased the blind
cats.
guy?
So the blind guy,
the girlfriend?
which I can't figure out how any of this, because the whole idea was that this police report states that several cats belonging to this LJ Faith were running around and defecating in the neighbor's yard, and a very strong odor of cat urine filled the air.
She's not getting around
So when they came over, they were asking him questions, and he became irate, and apparently he went over and he grabbed a hold of the post. What's happening? Is that LJ?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. We're listening.
So he grabs a hold of the post in his yard and he won't let go. So what? Like, why is this a big deal? Well, apparently in Wyoming it's a big deal.
To hold your post.
Apparently.
They don't
Because
have a
the
stand your
guy
ground
guy
law.
goes over, the police chief.
Hold your post law.
Who's newly tasered.
Taser
guy,
efficient, right?
And not efficient. Not efficient. He goes in and he's like, oh, wait, I know how to tase people now. And so he tases, well, himself and his partner.
Oh, my God, really? The blind guy winds up unscathed?
Well, he got a little scathed.
Oh.
But not as scathed. He used foul language when
Now,
he was
the person
on
that
his
wrote the
post.
story was smoking pot, or
Right.
you were smoking pot? Who was stoned?
I'm telling you, it's hysterical. It said,
I would
Faith
take it
said,
right now.
write me a ticket or get the fuck out. And apparently that's when he wrapped his arms around the wooden post. And I deployed, according to the chief, I deployed the taser to Faith's left sidearm. During the attempt to control Faith's arm, I realized the taser was not having a meaningful effect.
But his
As I
partner
was
was lying
attaching
unconscious.
another probe cartridge to the taser, I had the sensation of falling backwards.
Like I was eating a peppermint patty.
I smelled toast. I recall the taser discharging. A probe had penetrated my right index finger. Oh my God, that's my new favorite.
Okay.
I pulled the probe out of my finger, and I was going to reload with the second probe cartridge when Officer, I think it's, what's the name of the Krutchke? What's the
Krumke?
Krumke?
Officer Krumke?
Because this is like Krutchke, and it just made me think of that. Anyway, told me he had been hit as well. I looked over, and he was bleeding from the top of his head near his hairline. That's his partner.
Christ.
What a bunch of I mean, seriously?
Sadly, the blind guy could not enjoy any of this.
I know.
Right, he couldn't.
There was
God.
great physical comedy going around at Lost.
Right.
Yes.
But I'm sure it sounded good.
Just use as your guide Tim DePlanche. If you have more cats than Tim DePlanche, you should expect calls,
People to call,
concerns,
yep.
tasering cops in your front yard.
Well,
Self-tasering.
Self-tasering cops.
LJ Faith, and we can look for him on Facebook, apparently. He said, now the whole story, the police were going to give me a ticket for having too many cats. I said, fine, I will pay it when I get paid. The police changed their mind and told me that I was going to jail. The one left and behind me went to tase me and shot his partner right in the middle of the forehead. Then shot himself in the left hand, maybe for hitting me twice on the left side. I don't know. This LJ Faith and these people in Wyoming.
Oh.
We've got to find him, I think.
Sounds
on
like the
Facebook.
Keystone Cops up there.
It really
up there
does.
in Wyoming.
It really does. So,
Wow.
Needless to say, the charges were eventually dropped. The end.
So, well, then the neighbors must have an issue with still having 37 cats running
Well,
around.
they didn't go into that. I think because maybe the cops were a little too embarrassed.
No, could be.
You know,
could be. It
considering
happens.
the fact that they tased them each
I
other.
can understand that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to interrupt you too, because Donnie from Okinawa has shared news from the military in Japan that there has been a helicopter crash in Okinawa with the military. 3 out of 4 crew members on board were safe. Defense military spokesman said the condition of the 4th crew member and the cause of the crash were not immediately clear, and that's where Donnie is stationed. So.
I did not realize we were going to be in the breaking news industry, but apparently now we are.
Nicely done. Thank you.
Okay, I'll.
Well, it's not making headlines, so I thought that was kind of sad.
It's not out there yet.
No. I looked in different sites, and
Well, they were all waiting until they get the Benghazi.
And then
shit out of the way.
someone in a different base, not in Okinawa, sent me a link.
Don't look at the chat room. Anyway, I'd like to say hi to my friend Tanner Shattuck, who's out there. He's listening to us. He's not in the chat room. I don't know why. Tanner's out there. Another friend, Devin Williams, is out there listening too. So, hi guys. Thanks for listening to
Hi, Tanner.
us. Oh, actually, you know Tanner. Cute little Tanner Shattuck. Let's see who is out there. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
What?
We have not only multiple people in the U.S., Malaysia, Japan, Canada,
Nice.
another Japan, and Jordan all listening to us.
Oh, is it Lola from Toronto again? I wonder.
I don't. Lola, if you're in the chat room, do let us know. Lola was here. Was it last week before? Somewhere she
I think it was
with
last
us?
week that we were talking to Lola.
Jumping to another story, and the reason I wanted to do this story is only because all of those sons of bitches out there who want to be the Pat Robertsons and tell everybody how horrible and terrible the gay community is and how we are ruining the faith in religion and people and love.
We're not
and
supporting
marriage.
Chick-fil-A as much as we should be either. I mean, there is a part two.
Well, a Christian puppeteer who regularly used his long-running Christian television network show to warn children about the sins of pornography. Well,
Wait for it.
Who could have seen this coming, really? He was sentenced this week to 20 years behind bars for possession of, drum roll, child pornography.
Hell you say.
You've got to be kidding.
More troubling.
Damn it, what a surprise.
God, who would have seen it? And if you look at the video clip of him with this puppet on this Christian show, it's like, weird. More troubling is that this Largo, Florida resident named Ronald William Brown, his involvement is in an alleged conspiracy also to kidnap, cook, and eat a child whom he met through his affiliation with a Gulf Coast church.
All right, recipes are coming later.
Here's the deal. I can handle the kidnapping. I can handle the cooking or the eating. But all three, this time
pick one.
you've gone too far, sir.
Pick a favorite, sir or ma'am.
Brown, 58 years old, was a leader in the church's puppet ministry program for kids and would regularly interact with the congregation's youngest members. Local authorities say Brown and his co-conspirator, a man by the name of Michael Arnett, chatted online about targeting a specific child for their sinister cannibalistic plan. It's weird. Quote, I imagine him wiggling and then still and then going still. Brown reportedly told Arnett in one of their many chats. Brown would often solicit obscene images of children being tied up, gagged, and otherwise harmed.
Ugh.
Investigators say Brown would often write out his murder fantasies in an online forum and request photos of dead children from like-minded individuals. But according to Brown, he never intended to act out in any of these fantasies.
Never.
Yeah. In addition to the 20 years of prison time, Brown will also be required to register as a sex offender upon release. He'll probably never make it out, and submit to regular probation reviews for the rest of his life. He will also be prohibited from accessing a computer with any internet connection.
That's a good idea.
While incarcerated. But again,
that seems like a safe
Two things.
Okay, go ahead.
Two things. If they want to keep him off the internet, they should move him into my apartment complex because I'm totally in a dead zone. I can't ever get a good signal. But number two, I think that when you're on the lookout for sickos, perverts, child molesters, I think it's a good place to start. Always a good place to start in the
church.
Puppet ministry. I think that is always going to attract a certain kind of
element. Yeah, exactly.
I think it's ridiculous that all of those sons of bitches, again, go back to like the Pat Robertson or the Jerry Falwells, all these people that are holier than thou that want to say that we as, and I say as a community of the gays and lesbians, we are the abomination of man. We are the reason everything's going to go to hell. Look in your own backyard. Look at your own puppet master.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay attention.
Hey, he's got his hand up something's ass, so you know something's wrong.
The man behind the screen is who you need to be looking at first. I mean, my God, the plate gets passed around, then passed to him.
Yep.
Giving him money to go and stalk kids. I just thought it was crazy. And I just wanted to bring that story up, not that it's pretty or nice. It's just, you know what? You call us bastards, I'm going to show it right back in your face, you fucking people.
Well said.
I will get, Marnie, you have a short one? You want me to do one more brief before we do a break?
One more brief.
Go. You want me to do one more brief?
you.
Got it.
Yep.
Well, this one. Well, we're gonna go all the way across. Now they're banning and they're mad at all the gays over there in the Russia, but they're still having sex. Those heteros are having sex. A lover having sex on a flight of stairs had to be rescued after getting her head stuck between some banister railings. A 46-year-old woman from Lipetsk in Russia said that she wanted to, quote, spice things up with her boyfriend when the unfortunate accident happened. A neighbor called police after finding the woman naked on her knees in a stairwell, unable to free herself. She told police that she had consensual sex with her partner, who had, by the way, left the scene. By the time officers and the ambulance...
He was at the come and done?
Yeah, the come and go.
Yeah. Just leave it in the banister, sir. Leave it in the banister.
He had left the scene by the time officers and ambulance staff had arrived to assist her. An emergency worker said, quote, in all my time of working as a rescuer, I don't recall an incident quite like this one. Earlier this year, the web, however, was abuzz with other stories, like the man in Sweden who had died after having sex with a nest of hornets. Oh. And in 2008, a vicar claimed that he got a potato stuck in his ass after he fell on the vegetable while hanging curtains in the nude. Crazy people coming up with...
That actually happens a lot. And I have a telethon that I'll be doing to raise awareness about that.
I'll help you on Facebook. For the vicar that got a potato up his ass.
Do we
while
check
hanging
that out at
curtains in the nude.
barbaraseville.com as well?
You're laughing now, but seriously,
We're going to raise
it's
some
a
mad
problem.
money.
The next time a potato goes up my ass, I'm going to think of him.
Potato in the anus strikes a lot of Americans. One in,
4 out of 5 like it.
Potato
The one's kind of upset.
Yeah. I'm still looking to change his mind with a different potato.
I'm sure he is. Oh, you've made it through hour 1. We've got 2 full hours coming. We've got some entertainment. Also, apparently we're going to have a sports segment, which I'm surprised to find out we're going to have. We've got a few more headlines coming. The drinking word, our death watch, and so much more. But sadly, more than you want. From the show on Tuesday night, it's Q Talk America. We'll be back right after this. Stick around. Join us in the chat room.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Well, hello again. It's 8 o'clock, the beginning of what we like to call Hour 2 out of a 3-hour show. You're not quite halfway through, but just hang on. We'll get you there. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. That is me. Thank you for listening. I'm here alongside, well, Barbara has stepped out of the studio for, I'm not sure for what reason. Maybe to answer her parole officer's phone call.
Yeah, I'm hoping she's going to spike that drink.
Yeah, maybe she should do that. Also, Marnie Ryer is here with us, enjoying a Polar Pop and a Vikings-wrapped summer shandy.
That's right.
Exactly. Very
Lemon
good.
shandy,
And
nicely
Al's got an
done.
entire bottle of wine all to himself.
I do. I'm at Conviage. But you got your pants on so quickly after those drapes were hung.
Oh, yes, they were. As we do still have a couple more headlines to go through. Coming up also later, we have the entertainment section, a sports section, a look at our Dr. Drew's death den and see who might have survived this past week and maybe who didn't. But at this point in time, we will do what we typically always do this time of the night. We will bring you what we like to call, well, it's a disclaimer that keeps us out of the legal minds and legal hands of others on the show.
Keeps us off HLN, let's just say
there's
it.
that, yes.
I don't need that bitch coming after me.
And now, a drink along. We dare you to stay awake during this royalty-free music and to play a drinking game with us. If you are currently or soon to be driving a car, you cannot play. If you are presently the primary caregiver for children and or the elderly, you may desperately want to play, but no. If you are listening from a rehab facility, you are disqualified because you already hit bottom. And that means you already won this game at least once. If playing this game is in any way illegal for you, put the bottle down and make better life choices. There is no good in your goodbye, and there is no lifeguard on duty, so you will be swimming at your own risk. Tell your lawyer to take the fucking day off. You can't sue us. We warned you. Good luck.
Our drinking phrase will be age before beauty, darling.
Oh! Age before. I'm going to write that down.
Oh,
there's
and it came with a guitar solo.
It sure did.
Age before beauty. Barbie, you got that? Is she in studio? Oh, she's right there. Studio A. I can't.
She's skinny. She's not deaf.
Barbara, you can hear us. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
She's
Well, she's not smart either, but that's really not our doing.
Anything in that fridge you can have, Barbara. What are you worried about? I don't know what the
That is a lovely white wine that I'd like to taste.
Lovely. All right, so our drinking word is age before beauty.
Age before beauty.
Anytime you hear that, feel free to join along with the beverage. I'm going to go make a new beverage myself. Go with your next story, my dear.
Oh, fantastic. Now, I personally have never gotten into any trouble with the law.
No.
Oh, no. Heavens, no.
Well,
define trouble.
Age before beauty, my dear. Age before beauty.
Exactly.
Well, now, typically, let's say you get into a little bit of a problem, a scrap. What's the right word? I don't know.
I don't know where you're going, honey.
When you're getting into trouble with the law, you might
A schism?
a schism. We'll go with schism. I don't like the word, but fine. We might call a lawyer.
I didn't know what. It's a little old,
Yeah, maybe.
but it's good.
It is.
You'll like it.
So we might call a lawyer. And our hope would be that that lawyer wouldn't be in the same problem and have the same difficulty that we do, is what I'm thinking. So let's just say, let's just say DUI, for instance.
Top of my head.
I've never, right, only because it's letters beginning of that. But so someone gets a DUI, and they contact a lawyer, which in Arizona, don't waste your time. Just I'm not from personal experience, just saying don't. And clearly, you're hoping that the lawyer won't show up drunk.
Oh, that's a good time.
Right?
Then you're in the South. Now we're talking like North Carolina.
So now, was it in Florida? It actually, you know what? I was trying to find that. So anyway, this John Higgins shows up to court, and he was supposed to be in like on the third floor for something, and he wandered into this other courtroom. And the judge kind of paid attention, like when he got up and started rambling and kind of tripped over some stuff.
Now, this is the lawyer.
The lawyer, right? And he specializes in DWI law, and he wasn't scheduled to appear. By the way, it's Albuquerque. That's right. That's what jumped out at me.
You were just
That's
there.
right. That's why
He
it
was
jumped out at me.
enchanted.
Yeah, he sure was.
Okay.
So anyway, it didn't stop him from hanging out in this courtroom, even though he wasn't supposed to be there, because apparently earlier he had been in another courtroom, doesn't remember any of that, right?
Oh,
I've again, none of these things have ever happened to me.
Yeah. I remain utterly blameless.
Whatevs. So finally they were like, you need to, the judge, you need to check that blood alcohol content. And it was 0.11.
Yes.
Whoa.
Which by the
That's
way,
hashtag winning.
I thought, you're a pansy. No, I didn't think that
No.
at all.
No. Come on, 0.11.
Seriously.
I'm at like 0.54 right now. Come on. Come on.
Really?
0.11.
But I digress. Well, he's 69 years old, maybe.
All right. All
Maybe.
right.
I don't know.
Age
I don't
before
know.
beauty.
Age before beauty.
There's that.
Well played.
Failing
Well
liver,
played.
infirm, if you will.
So clearly we don't know if this lawyer has a lawyer.
Diana Ross
but,
is laughing somewhere at that number.
Right. Very much.
That bitch rented a movie at 0.24.
He was taken into custody and says he doesn't remember the vast majority of this. The thing is, though, is that he had been convicted before of an aggravated DWI, and it was all caught on a dashboard cam.
Oh, of course it is.
I mean, so this guy, like, I'm trying to figure out, let's just say that I had a DWI.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, I'm going to say that my life was probably in shambles for a little while, like trying to get some things straightened out and their work issues, whatever. Not for him.
No, he went right back to work the next day and
Sure.
he tried.
Literally.
Literally, yeah.
Yes. But I just thought
I
that
saw
that
what
was...
you did there.
Not saying I liked it, just saying I saw it.
Anyway, I just thought that was very interesting. And I watched the video of the dashboard cam, and it was very, like, how in the hell does he keep
I'm a
going?
little jealous of the good people of Russia, not because they hate gays, but because there's so many people trying to scam insurance companies that everybody has a dashboard cam because people are literally jumping in front of cars to get hit, to get the insurance money.
Oh my God.
So
I
now
heard
they
that.
want, no, it's all over Russia. That's why everything in Russia is caught on film, like car accidents, meteors, anything that happens is caught on dashboard cams because it's
Gay sex?
Sure,
Yeah.
if it happens on the hood of your car.
Well,
The Scottsdale police, they're going to all be doing Google Glass.
Yeah, but this is.
Everybody
this
is.
is
Really? I'd not heard that. Wow.
I
trying
have
it out
not
right
heard
now.
that.
Okay.
This is the lay people, the great unwashed of Russia, of which there might be a couple. But they all
Allegedly.
have. So go online and just look up anything and put Russia in there, and you'll see it from a dashboard cam. Because
Wow.
and then if you like look a little further and find out why they're doing it and see the people jump in front of cars to get run over, it's fantastic.
Wow.
that's fantastic. Anyway, you got to love the DUI lawyer who...
Look at Barbara.
Well, and
look
clearly-
at Barbara doing a Donna Summer quote in the chat room.
You caught that?
I did.
I appreciate a lawyer who has my needs at heart, that he tries out what I have done.
Well, how's he going to know? if
Well,
he
that's
hasn't
just
been
it.
there
How do you
himself?
argue it properly?
Look, Your Honor, I'm wasted and I'm fine.
I drove here.
So I
didn't
think-
hit anybody. I didn't cross any lines.
This seems like an Andy Griffith episode where Otis was wasted and Barney got wasted, but Barney's trying to defend Otis. That's what that sounds like.
That's fantastic.
And I don't know if that's an
and
actual
the same
episode.
thing happened in Wyoming with the taser.
Right.
The end.
Another Barney. Yes.
there you have it.
Well, we'll do our final headline before we turn everything over to Al because most everything is on Al anyway. Let's go now.
I've been quiet this whole
To
show.
my surprise, we're going to go to the northeastern part of the country, to Concord, New Hampshire. Police say a woman who explained her excessive speed by saying she was rushing to her father's dying side was later charged after a state trooper discovered that her father had in fact died 5 years ago.
Was it a time machine she was driving?
I'm not
or?
sure. No, it was a Volvo.
Okay.
I saw the picture. WMUR reports that a state trooper stopped 28-year-old Carly Williams of Nashua, New Hampshire, for doing 82 miles an hour on an interstate, on the Everett Turnpike, in fact. She said that her father was dying at a Manchester hospital, and she was hurrying to be with him. Well, the trooper did what any nice, compassionate trooper would do.
He shot her?
No.
Oh, it's not Florida?
Taser. No, I'm kidding. No.
Not
He
Wyoming.
tasered his partner. So there'd be no witnesses.
You didn't say that.
So what he did was he believed her story. She sold it to him, hook, line, and sinker. He took down some minimal information, car registration number, her information, her driver's license, and then released her to go be with her said dying father. The trooper took down the information, let her go, but learned upon further investigation that her father had in fact died in 2008. He also learned that the car's registration had been suspended. Well, you know, on your registration, oftentimes your home address is on that. Well, on Sunday she got a visit from the trooper who went to her home with with the obituary of her father in his hand, along with a summons to court.
Yes.
Age before beauty.
Age before beauty, right.
I wonder if you remember me.
So, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Remember a few days ago we saw each other on the interstate? Yeah.
We were at your dad's funeral.
Sorry about your
together.
dad 5 years ago, bitch. And he went boom,
Booyah.
boom, and that was it. So
That
dumbass.
Deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, but apparently she answered the door when the reporters went to her house, but she did not want to comment on camera.
Shocking.
I know.
Now, did she have a lawyer?
Didn't say anything about that.
no,
Does it?
there was no mention.
No,
Good,
but
good.
I think it says the trooper went to Williams' home, obituary in hand, and arrested her Sunday. She's due in court in August.
I feel that got a listen, bitch.
Yeah, probably so. Okay, well, age before beauty is our drinking word. It is. We're in the middle of hour 2. We're going to turn everything over, as we typically do this time of the show, to one and only Alfred Perkins.
Hi, Al.
Hi. Well, Glee's going to address drug overdoses. And the end is near. Rob Lowe and Rashida Jones are leaving Parks and Rec. The cute guy from Skyfall came out. Madonna and Lady Gaga are in trouble in Russia. Disney's set to lose a fortune. Couple movie reviews. New trailer for American Horror Story. Big August movies coming out, and then a movie with the title August is missing. Ellen DeGeneres is going to host the Oscars.
Yay!
Shark Week starts off with its worst show ever, and Joy Behar is going bye-bye this week.
Bye, Joy.
I almost fit that in.
Nice.
You did.
You did fit that in. That was
Oddly,
good.
Shark Week, I have something to talk about, but you're probably going to cover it anyway. But continue on, Al.
I can go on and on. Now, not news related, but it keeps bubbling under. But New Mexico and Ohio are passing all kinds of strange pro-gay marriage laws, trying to sneak them on the books.
Oh.
And this has been happening for the last couple of weeks. That a couple mayors have been doing stuff. The governor is pro-gay marriage. And they're all trying to work something into the legislation under the radar while Illinois flounders. And then a mayor in Pennsylvania today.
New Mexico?
Yeah, New Mexico, very liberal. It's the big change state.
They have a Republican governor, Suzanne Martinez, right?
Yes, but it's a
And
mayor.
she's on board with that?
Oh yeah, no. They're trying to get around her, and
gotcha.
everybody's working
That's
around
why everybody
her.
is submitting
and
it
she's
outsourced.
probably going to be the first Republican governor to cave on it. She'll probably go before Chris Christie because New Mexico,
Wow.
right? And that's what they're saying for the Southwest.
Shit.
Is it's something to look forward to that the new young Democrats are trying to change Arizona and Texas the way
Wow.
Nevada and New Mexico have fallen. So interesting. Anyways, that's been on my list for weeks, and but look for those stories because they're really interesting, and they're bubbling under. And then the Pennsylvania thing came up today. Wow. So Glee has decided that they are they're going to deal with Corey's death. But they're not going to have him die of a drug overdose. They thought that was too close to home for everyone to play. Yeah. But there will be The More You Know.
Yeah, they're doing PSAs.
They're doing PSAs throughout, and they're saying that unless they recast the entire show top to bottom and start with new kids, that the 2-season, that we were all surprised by the 2-season renewal, that will be the hard end to it. Okay. That no one can see it going on past then now. Like,
I think it's already... outlived its
and I haven't watched it in quite some time, but I felt that it had outlived its...
No, but it's a money... Again,
I
get
that.
To money. It's a huge money maker still.
I get that.
Yeah, they're making money hand over fist. So for someone to pull the plug and say, we'll take that 2-year renewal as an end, unless they recast. If they recast with all new kids, then everybody's on board to continue.
I'm really glad that they're not going to have Finn die of an overdose. Because kids already kind of make the celebrities real, like their characters real, and not just kids. I mean, they're some adults that do the same thing.
I think Marianne from Tales of the Cities is a real person, and I'm friends with her.
There you go, right?
It's a problem.
And when he goes to other cities, he looks for fictional neighborhoods to go to.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So
I always thought Pine Valley was real.
Oh, I've looked for it.
I'm telling you.
I have literally.
By the way,
all my children.
All my children.
I've also looked for Hidden Valley, and I can't find that either.
I think you found that.
There's a ranch. There's a ranch down there.
Fire Beauty.
What was it Al said earlier? Oh, fuck you.
Let's see. How do I want to phrase this? Fuck you.
Was it Proust or?
So the weird thing with Parks and Recreation was that the stunt casting of Rob Lowe in the first place. I never understood it, although it was a funny character. He was supposed to be on for 6 episodes, and now he's in like his 3rd season. But Rashida Jones, who is Quincy Jones' daughter with Peggy from the Mod Squad.
Peggy Lipton.
Peggy Lipton from the Mod Squad. They're leaving. They're going to write them off. So Community continues on, and it's kind of weird. Like, why is Leslie Knope's best friend leaving? But so the cute show, I don't understand. Rob Lowe leaves every show he's on, though. He builds up a great character. He gets something going, and then he walks away because he decides he's...
except Brothers and Sisters, because that was taken off.
No, he left before it. Didn't he leave before? That was my other example.
Like during that season, he died in the died in the accident.
Yep. He doesn't. He never stays around to watch the train hit the station.
He is like John Stamos. He is getting cuter.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. No. Oh my God.
Well, I think last week you even asked, who did he sell his soul to? Because you're like, he looks so good.
And that body is amazing. And they make a joke of like how good he looks on that show. Like the running joke of how ridiculously handsome he is constantly on the show.
But better than before.
Oh yeah, like. He's like Hillary Clinton. He just gets given better looking.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Alleged lesbian, according to Fox News.
Alleged. So Ben Winshaw, which Kevin, that you met at brunch the other day, a movie partner of mine. We've been in love with Q from Skyfall since he walked on screen. That cute nerd that we were like, oh no.
He came out?
He came out.
He's been gay bond.
Gay bond. He's been married for a year. He has a partner. There was no real speculation, but his agent was like, oh, fuck it, he's gay.
Isn't he a former child star?
I want to say yes. He looked very familiar, but I was too busy masturbating to check on IMDb because I really found him sexy hot. Yeah. Cute guy.
Wow.
And then the kid from the Cosby Show.
Yes, she did.
Is that so Raven? Is that
Raven
her?
Simone.
Yep.
She's the little girl on
See, and
Olivia.
I had long since left the Cosby
right.
Show. I had seen enough bad
she
sweaters.
Was hysterical.
Was she?
Was
funny.
funny.
She's a little sassy little girl. When they brought her in.
They brought her in.
Delivery.
And they brought her in later because
Rudy stopped being cute.
Well, right. No, that's exactly
under
right.
Contract.
So they brought in. I think wasn't she the daughter then of the older girl? She somehow
because they killed off
Lisa Bonet's stepchild.
Yeah, yes.
Lisa Bonet. No, the older one, Sonia.
Sonia.
Wasn't it Sonia's? Or was it Lisa Bonet's?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Lisa
I seriously,
I also watched it.
My problem with Cosby was that it was never funny, so I had to stop watching.
We watched it every Thursday.
You're heartless. How can you? That show.
I never even cracked, and I laughed at everything.
There wasn't even a dog on it.
I never even cracked a smile at that show.
There wasn't any kind of an animal.
Nope. I thought that was the most unfunny sitcom of all time. Never.
Wow.
And I laugh at everything. I find doors closing funny.
It's unheard.
I thought that show was horrible, and the sweaters drove me fucking nuts.
Well, I'll agree. I'll give you the sweaters.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
So, and Madonna and Lady Gaga, I thought I'd slip in a new Madonna story since the 30th anniversary passed.
Oh, I thought it was for me.
It is, but we talked about the 30th anniversary of Madonna's first album last week, I think.
Yeah.
If we didn't, I meant to.
It's crazy that it's been that long. To think that Lucky Star is that long.
31 years since the first single came out.
Everybody.
That's 31 years, but
Lucky Star was on the same album, wasn't it?
yeah, but
Yeah, but that was the first
That's
song.
the next. Yeah, that's the next year.
Give me a fucking break. It's the same goddamn album.
Oh, shall we do that with George Michael's?
Sure we can. If you'll say his name correct.
That was for you, by the
Yeah,
way.
why- if you say Donna Summers, he'll kill you.
Slowly.
I do that.
Age before beauty. Don't worry. You'll die first. So Madonna and Lady Gaga are accused of violating visas in Russia for promoting a gay lifestyle. And Lady Gaga pretty much called Putin a pussy.
Yeah.
And said, then why didn't you fucking arrest me when I was there? Like, I was on stage with, my security guards aren't going to fight off your army, dumbass.
Right. With all the gay boys dancing for her.
Yeah, I'm here for the gays, dumbass.
One of her dancers is hot, too. Michael Silas is...
Just the one, dear? No, they're all
they're
hot.
all hot. That's
Yeah.
true. But one particular.
But just funny that, and Madonna came to the very vocal support of Pussy Riot. Because Pussy Riot has, I think they're
Are they still incarcerated?
I think they are still in jail.
Yeah.
And so that's just
Hard
going
labor,
shitty.
not just in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
really?
that.
Yeah, and no one's really rushing to their defense because things are going wrong. Now, I was reading some stuff from gay athletes that are trying to address the Russian Olympics and the Olympics in Russia. And one of the things that they were talking about was that the only person really hurt by the U.S. boycott of Moscow in 1980, the last time we had Russian Olympics, was the athletes. That a lot of athletes that had worked so hard, had spent all this time, got no recognition, didn't get their Olympic glory. It really did nothing to U.S.-Russian relations. They certainly didn't pull out of Afghanistan. Neither did we.
Right.
So what this athlete is suggesting is that they ban Russian athletes from... Keep it there, let them have the money, but don't let the Russian athletes play. And it's so that's what he's saying. Like, make sure that the Russians are the ones that suffer for what's going on. And I thought that was very interesting because the Winter Olympics is so gay. I mean,
well, come on.
Come on.
Hello, Brian Boitano.
And again, it's the whole thing of the tent pole, excuse my language, of that thing is the women's figure skating. It's a gay Olympics.
Yeah.
They do, it's all prime time.
And luge.
The loogie. I mean, when you're sliding down somebody's back at that speed.
Right. Hello.
Come on.
We should bring Dusty Brinsmade in on that topic of figure skating.
So, very interesting. Disney is set to lose up to $190 million, as low as $160, according to estimates, to the Lone Ranger. Armie Hammer and Johnny Depp are blaming the critics, saying the movie was crucified like World War Z and Titanic, and other movies were based on pre-release press.
But Titanic did okay.
Right,
and so
World
War Z.
World War Z, but they
did
both
it as
got
well? I didn't realize
terrible
that.
press
Okay.
going into terrible press, and most reviews were written for World War Z before it came out, based on the press.
Well, they went and reshot World War Z because of all that too.
Right, and they reshoot just about everything.
Like the whole final half.
Yeah, once you get to like 190
Not
million.
reshoots, but like okay,
A whole new
let's
movie.
change the movie.
They brought in the guys from Lost and redid the second half of the movie is written by the guys from Lost and takes place in a room, where the rest of the movie is like the whole world. The last 20 minutes are one room.
So now I know Clayton, you saw that.
And liked it. So people that the Lone Ranger.
Did.
With your mom.
But again, let me preface this by saying, literally, if it was 90 minutes of Johnny Depp reading a phone book, my mom and I are going to go watch it and be like, oh, he was fantastic.
He was good.
Oh, yeah.
But the movie...
But was it entertaining?
I thought it was entertaining.
Right.
It was far-fetched. It wasn't, it's not 1950s Lone Ranger riding through the desert on a white
Well,
horse.
but Batman's not far-fetched. I mean, like, of course it's far-fetched. It's supposed to be.
The special effects and the shit that happened in that movie, I thought it was great. I mean, I wasn't expecting to be enthralled, No, I got what I expected.
Lowered expectations. But it is the end of Armie Hammer's career, because now he's got like 3 big bombs under his belt.
I have to see who this is.
Armie Hammer played the twins
him.
in
Winklevoss twins.
In
I haven't seen
Social Network.
Social Network. The movie.
He was in Mirror Mirror with Julia Roberts.
Yeah?
He was the Prince Charming in that.
He's like 6'4",
which also really bombed.
Now,
he played the lover of J. Edgar Hoover
in
with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I did not see
J.
that.
Edgar.
I wanted to see
One
that.
of the things
that
what I will tell you about the movie that kind of surprised me in regards to the character for Armie Hammer, which is probably why he's being panned so bad. I was really surprised that the character is kind of dumb. I was really surprised at that. And I mean, it really played on the Johnny Depp character being the all-knowing of everything.
Well, he was the producer, wasn't he? Didn't Johnny Depp produce that movie?
He's got a finger in it, however they justify it.
And Johnny Depp in interviews did say before the movie, he went out on the reservations and he spent time with these Indians because he wanted to portray that he wanted to portray it correctly. He didn't want to be disrespectful to the Native Americans or anything. So he did research on that. I just didn't expect that the Lone Ranger character, it's like going to a movie and seeing Batman or Superman and that character being dumb and the sidekick always being the one who's the smart one.
Right, and this, you guys talked about this while I was away, so I have some corrections to make. The Lone Ranger was a radio program.
Originally, sure.
Yeah, originally.
Right, yep.
Because it
You
wasn't a
sent that
comic
to
book.
me. Didn't I say that?
I don't know, but
Oh,
I was.
you had sent it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because
then
you're like, no.
and Army Hammer has nothing. Oh yeah, we corrected it all in the chat room. Army Hammer has nothing to do with Arm & Hammer. He's from an
That's
oil
right.
tycoon's family.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so there was stuff that I was trying to get to you guys, but the delay was.
This
too
is
bad.
why you can't leave.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to be the fact checker, Kat Carlson will be.
Yeah,
just so that you know, I have a little Kat
we have
Carlson
backup
input.
We have to have Kat
She's
Carlson
fun.
in studio.
So American
Write
Horror
this down,
Story,
Kat
the new
Carlson.
the new trailer is out, and it's
Which movie?
American Horror Story.
TV.
This season is The Coven, and Kathy Bates joins Taissa Farmiga. I can't think of it's anyway. She's the sister of the other one with the same last name. She's back from the first season. I know.
I'm more confused than normal right now.
I know.
I'm like, huh?
Vera Farmiga, who's in Bates Hotel.
Love
She has a younger
her.
sister who's was in the first season of American Horror Story. She didn't come back for the second. Now she's back for the third. It's like witches from Salem to today. It's gonna jump time.
Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange is she's
Oh, I
always
love
in it,
her.
and she's always the lead. They try to pass it off as she's not, but it's always written around her. The sexy Evan Peters is back. Lily Rabe is back. Sarah Paulson.
I like Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, really good. And Lily Rabe is my girl's Jill Clayburgh's daughter.
Yep. I remember you saying that. We had looked her up.
And at one point she had to play Al Pacino's girlfriend, and he was her mother's lover when she was born, and might be her dad.
Awkward. And Age Before Beauty.
Little icky.
Well.
Yeah, Age Before Beauty. So, but anyways, the new season is all these women like on walls while they play
Pretty women.
The House in New Orleans. What's the name of that song?
Lounge singer?
Yeah. With The House in New Orleans.
House of the Rising Sun.
House of the Rising Sun. Really good. So look for that online. The trailer gives away nothing but really creepy.
They play that song in the commercial?
Yeah, they play the song with women and they're not like being abused. They're just like kind of like floating on the walls. Really creepy. American Horror Story, always scary. Big week for August movies. It's usually the dumping ground. This is the start of the dumping ground for movies until the Toronto Film Festival. We have Elysium opening. We're the Millers, which got good reviews. Really good, like strong reviews for a kind of a silly August comedy. Elysium is getting. Variety wrote a great review of that, and I love that director.
I think that they had written a really great review about the Cosby Show as well.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, just saying. Like everybody.
Me and Julia Roberts and Friends are usually the only time me and American mainstream come together. I'm just telling you.
That's a good point.
And Blue Jasmine actually opened. I was expecting that to be a couple weeks away, but it's already playing in Phoenix. Woody Allen's new one, and it's making his top 5 list of best dramas. Everybody's getting good reviews, including, shockingly, Andrew Dice Clay is getting...
Wasn't ready for that.
Is back on the radar with great reviews for his
Bada
performance.
bing, bada bang.
Yeah.
That guy.
Hickory dickory dock,
Yeah.
this bitch was sucking my cock.
Right, yeah,
Yeah, in case you weren't familiar.
He's a problem.
Google him, you'll love it.
He was also in Pretty in Pink.
Oh my God, these
but
are
I digress.
hot. There was Wasabi
there was
Wasabi
Wasabi.
Almonds. So, anyways, I think all 3 of those movies are going to be exciting. I'm going to go see Blue Jasmine tomorrow. Now, August Osage County, which I thought was going to get dumped into a summer release, got bumped to Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So we are
I thought it
straight
always
up
was.
Oscar bait. I was not sure. But it's Meryl Streep and Julia Roberts and a cast of thousands, and it is like Oscar catnip.
Okay.
Yeah, it's...
So I was looking for that today, and I got a release date. Ellen DeGeneres is set to host the Oscars for the second time.
Now, are we excited for this?
Very excited.
I am excited for this.
She was great.
She was a great host. She did a great job at the Emmys in 2001 when it was a tough year and everything was going to shit. So she's good. Joy Behar finishes the View this week.
That's Friday, isn't it?
They already filmed that. Mario Cantone hosts it.
Yeah, so it must.
Really?
It
Now, I
must
have
have
a
been filmed
question
today.
on Mario Cantone.
Gay.
Gay.
Gay
Age Before Beauty.
Age Before Beauty, though. You talk.
He is crazy. Mario Cantone.
He
I don't like
really
him at
is.
all.
I don't like him. I was just going to ask if you guys what you
I
think
s-
of him.
I
He
saw-
drives me fucking nuts.
He had a Broadway show a couple years ago called Laugh Whore that my friend Gina in New York and I went to see, and it started off really uncomfortable, and we were like, even I was ready to be like, I can't, like, this is really bad. And then he just hit his stride, and he is funny, but he's manic. He is truly, truly manic. And if
but not funny.
I don't find him funny at all.
Oh, that Laugh Horse show was.
There have been,
it ended up being pee your pants funny, like really quickly.
Fine.
But it started off like in that awkward welcome to
Uncomfortable.
tourists uncomfortableness that we were both like, oh, I
Yeah.
can't watch this.
Painful.
Yeah.
See, now that's how I see him all the time.
Now, I've never seen his stand-up aside from the few times, I mean, here and there, but I've seen him on The View a few times. And I'm like, okay, because he's out there.
He's
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
But,
And it's
but
not
I-
even like you can't keep up with him. It's that it's for
You don't
me,
want to.
Not funny.
Not funny.
Yeah.
And where there are
Like
a
he's
couple
doing
of
Judy
times-
Garland impersonations. Dude, it's 2013.
Yeah.
Well,
But
and not just
but
that,
the other
but
thing
like-
is,
she's still relevant.
he's.
She's still dead.
I understand.
But the fact that he updates his Liza Minnelli imitation to meet her crazy every step of the way is kind of funny. He's a very specific kind of humor. I loved him on Sex and the City. I thought he was.
Haven't seen that.
Oh, Jesus
Sorry.
Christ.
I do everything I can.
Please
just to
send all your
irritate Al.
telethon money to Mark over here.
By the way, I was excited. I just was able to cancel HBO off
Wait a
of our
minute.
shit because
Who-
Jason's moving out. I was happy with that.
Oh,
Seven.
I
just
can
sent a
never
link.
visit again.
I just sent a link for you about We Are the Millers because I've read that it's getting bad reviews.
Okay,
and like
I have heard
Rotten
that that's
Tomatoes,
phenomenal.
Rotten
Is
Tomatoes
that
has it at
William H.
20%.
Macy?
No, We're the Millers is Jason Sudeikis and Jennifer Aniston. No, I read 2 reviews today that were like really positive.
I'll see it anyways because Jennifer Aniston is one of my.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
I'll
one,
see it.
she's
Oh,
one of
I
those
love
places
her.
where me and
I
America
totally-
meet up in the middle.
What am I thinking of? But it's TV, not movie. I'm sorry. With
Shameless.
William H. Macy.
Shameless.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
I thought it had like a name in it. My bad.
Shameless. That's the one on Showtime that your friend's brother likes or something.
Yeah, Aaron's brother.
Is it William H. Macy in Shameless? Maybe that's what you're thinking.
Yeah. So this week I saw we saw 20 Feet from Stardom, which
Brilliant.
please go see this movie.
I
It was
definitely will.
so well done, and a story about 6, 7, 8, 10, 15 really, really talented women that just don't get appreciated enough. Now, Barbara and I had talked on the way there that both of our childhood dreams were to be backup singers.
Oddly enough.
Yeah, that we shared this mutual dream. And
that.
like the dancing and like how much we love going to concerts and watching the backup singers. Like I really will spend time.
Now, let me interject just a brief moment here. Knowing how I know both of you, the word backup is nowhere in your vocabulary.
That's why it's so strange.
That's why it's so strange. But we both agreed, and everybody knows. Like, if you want me to, like during a song, I'll just sing the backup because I've learned their parts. Like, I find the
You'll be
backup
sunshine.
singers and concerts to be fun.
The great thing about the movie, though, is the whole premise of the movie, the foundation of the movie, is that the hooks that these girls sing are the most memorable parts of
Right.
the songs.
No, true.
And like for me, my thing was like Elvis Presley, "Suspicious Minds." That's one of my favorite songs of all time because of
Kathy Westmoreland
the
singing
girls
hook.
in the back
Right.
going, "We're suspicious minds."
Yeah.
Right.
I was just all over that.
And they start with "Walk on the Wild Side," and the Color Girls sing.
Okay, now we're getting into royalties.
Yeah. So, but
We
it
have 5
really is
seconds.
so that they do all the things where they show you the hook, and that's what you remember. And
Right.
then they did the Mary Clayton with "Gimme Shelter," and it's something that, and that was one of those songs where I never really focused that there was a female singer there. But now that I've heard the story, I'm like, it
That's
is
all
a
you
duet.
hear,
Like
yeah.
I'm like, I never realized that was.
Oh.
It was just a backup singer, not a duet. And then, what Lisa, the one that I was not familiar with, Lisa Fisher. I mean, and he kept going to the bathroom during any part of her solo because you said you don't do doo-wops or ooh-ahs or something like that.
That's a quote from Dreamgirls. I don't do oohs and ahs.
Oh, yeah, that is. Okay. She was, the musicality on this woman was just unbelievable. Like, Sting was like, okay, the last 5 minutes of the song, just vamp, go.
Oh.
And she just lets loose, and there was a, I want to say she was a woman of color that was.
No, she was just a white lesbian.
Intentional racism.
Oh, there was a dyke.
Intentional racism.
Dyke before
And
beauty.
I said age before beauty. So
Look, Hyman.
I didn't get
She was the worst
To
person
my
to see a
Hyman,
movie. Other
That's
than
where age
Davina
went long
Ross.
I
before
think
beauty.
you just
Did
said
did anyone see where I went with that?
Other than Davina Ross, that is the worst person to see a movie with.
Which one, Miss Ebony?
No, that lady that was sitting
The
next
lady
to
that
us.
was in this, and I was this close to like getting up and dancing and singing along with some of these songs too. Like I was feeling the spirit. I had to tell you. The one interesting part was, and I kept saying to him, like they're not lit because I'm a complete savant when it comes to liner notes from albums.
Mm-hmm. Are you?
So I kept saying, I'm like, no, there's more credits to that. Like they should be listing. There's
Each time they would show somebody, like they would say their name, and then they would include like 4 or 5 credits of you may have heard them on this, or this, but by no means were they all inclusive. Because I was thinking that too, but differently we were thinking of different
there was people that I knew of
that were missing.
And then the Waters, Julia Waters, and I can't think of what her brothers and sisters' names are, but I know them from different records. Shut up. So. This time I'll be the age before the beauty. I'll let you be.
But you would know
Waters?
No.
What is insane is these people were recording on things from the 70s, 80s, 90s up until like
last week.
Yes.
Like literally.
With a new single dropping.
Right. And so I'm like, these people are really famous. Like they're on a lot of shit, and they're not getting credit for it. And then the one said, "What did they ask her? Like, what was the biggest thing you were on, or what was your favorite thing that you were on?" She's like, toot. Hey,
and you're like,
and I'm like, well, yeah,
because he kept waiting for them to address Donna
like,
Summer.
Please come up with the fact that I knew that, and I didn't know they were them. I knew they were Enough Is Enough. That Enough Is Enough is 2 big, powerful voices, but 18 powerful voices behind them. So that was kind of fun, but just amazing music throughout. It was just a feel-good documentary. I mean, they were all alive. Like no one died. Yeah. One woman was teaching Spanish, but that was as low as you got on the pity page. Really, just
I
a
really
good time.
recommend it.
I really do too. And then I saw yesterday.
And excuse me, just before we wrap that up, that's only at Camel View here in Phoenix, right?
That's
right?
As far as it'll go. It's not going to open wide. It is a straight up documentary.
Right.
Again, going back to Dreamgirls, though, like, during the movie, I said I don't do oohs and ahs because that's one of Effie's lines.
Right.
But then he stood up and walked out, so I thought he meant it. I was like, wow, he really sold the line. Yeah.
I have a tiny bladder. I've peed twice since I've been here.
And we were drinking Polar Pops.
But that Lisa Fisher, she really, to me, was a real life Effie because actually at one point they start talking about, well, why do you think you'd never made it? And she was one who said, well, I don't think I have the drive.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood.
I don't always want to get up and go do all that. I thought, oh, well, bitch.
Wow.
And the one girl's like, I'm not ever going to sing back up again. And then she was like, I got to pay the bills.
Got to pay the bills.
Right. So I wore a straight wig. Michael Jackson from This Is It tour. She was
and the funeral.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of what her name was, but she's
Judith Hill. That's
Judith
her
Hill.
on the front.
Yeah.
She's the really pretty girl that's in the movie because I remember seeing the trailer about it. And,
she's like black Asian.
So
she's gorgeous.
She's trying to get her career going. Blasian, yes.
Racism.
Tiger Woods, Age Before Beauty. And then yesterday I saw, and I just cannot recommend this movie enough. It's my Moonrise Kingdom of this summer, the way back. It was, and I'm not in the
chat room.
Can you give me a synopsis of this movie? Because I don't understand what it's about.
Right, I saw it.
It's just, and if I had not recently gone on a spectacular summer vacation that included all the things from my youth, including bicycles and beaches, I would be the most bitter human alive today after seeing that.
He's close though.
Oh, it was a delight. It's a kid that gets stuck with his mom and her boyfriend going on to the boyfriend's summer house, and he has to hang out with like all these people he doesn't know, and he's very nerdy, very uncomfortable.
Okay.
And he ends up finding a girl's bike in the garage and rides this girl's bike around this little beach town and finds adventure and meets people and finds friends and just gets a little bit of self-esteem, and it's a little bit of a coming-of-age story. Allison Janney steals it from
her. She steals everything, I think.
Second.
She's so good.
She is funny from the get-go because you know there's going to be a little bit of drama in there. And then when she's not busy stealing it, his name is Sam, and now I can't think of his name.
Has Allison Janney ever played a lesbian in anything?
Yes.
Oh, she
and
has?
I can't think of where. But I saw her in 9 to 5, and the show 9 to 5 on Broadway sucked. But she was amazeballs as Lily Tomlin. She was the tough one.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Sam Rockwell is his name, as the guy that kind of runs, is in charge of the water park that the kid finds and makes friends at.
Does he play a creepy character?
No, he's a delight.
Because he's a creepy character in
Most
so many
of the time,
things.
in so many things. And this one, he is...
Green Mile.
Yes.
He was really creepy.
And he still looks young. Like, the Green Mile's like 13, 14 years ago, and this guy still looks young. But anyways, this movie was such a delight. Okay. And what's her face? Toni Collette cannot make a wrong move. This woman does not have a bad performance in her, I'm convinced. Steve Carell plays a douche.
Carla and Connie.
Okay, maybe one or two. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that. That was horrible.
Okay, I kind of feel good by saying I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
so
know what
Stay
that
with
is.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
on
this,
that one, I'm gonna stay with it. 'cause
This
otherwise
movie
he gets
is really
mad.
good, really good laughs, and not it gets a little sad. And it wasn't until the very and I thought it was gonna be like a retro film, like a period piece, because I thought the way back meant in time, and I don't think this is giving anything away to say it, but the way back is where he sits in the station wagon, and as soon as at the very end of the movie when he was sitting in the back of the station wagon, I remember as a little kid going, "Oh, I want to sit in the way back."
Oh, sure.
That's always where I sat. That was always mine.
Yeah, like it was about the car seat and where he sat, and I was like, and it was just, I don't know, my heart kind of broke about like you can't sit in the way back anymore, like and face the wrong way, like you sat facing backwards, and he was, and it was just such a little metaphor for like where he was in life, that he was facing the wrong way, he was all alone in the back seat.
All right, spoiler alert. Stop.
That's good. But
it's the opening scene of the movie. Is he's in the back seat.
But that's good. I would have never thought that.
I honestly didn't get it till the end of the movie, and then I was like, oh, he's in the way back.
So Steve Carell is the boyfriend.
The boyfriend.
Okay.
And Jim Rash from Community, who's so goddamn funny on Community. I know. He wrote The Descendants. One has an Oscar, and Nat Faxon, who was on that cute show Ben and Kate last year that got canceled. And I was always wondering, like, why does this guy have a sitcom? He's not that cute. Turns out he's an Oscar winner for writing The Descendants. They wrote and directed this together. They both have cute parts. It's just delightful. Don't miss it. Shark Week started off this week. Huge ratings, biggest ratings ever. And like I said, you know you're in good company when there's car commercials and movie commercials. And it has been like they built a Volkswagen to drive underwater.
And the best commercial ever. The commercial where they're freeing the
seal.
Oh, my God. It makes me want to watch Shark Week.
Yeah. But they started...
Back to you.
And then when she's crying and the little kids are screaming. But they started off...
I'm laughing now.
I have to go back and read this because it started off with I'm 21 years in. It turns out that it's been going on for 26 years. I'm in like 21, 22 years. I can't quite decide what summer I started. Let me get to this
see if
thing.
you're going to hit the story I'm curious about.
So they started off with the Megalodon prehistoric shark. It was the worst. At first I thought it was like a mockumentary movie about a prehistoric shark, and then it turns out like the event that they were talking about was real, but it was just filmed so badly, and it was a horrible 2-hour documentary about whether or not this prehistoric shark still exists. The weird thing was they just found giant squid that they thought were extinct for like hundreds of thousands of years that washed up on the beach. There's a whale that they just found that they thought was extinct for hundreds of thousands of years that washed up on a beach. So they're like, well, can't this be real? And then they're mentioning like the two tsunamis and Hurricane Sandy have changed tides and currents, and there's so much different in the world. Is that why we're seeing these new things? But it was bad. Either way, whether it's believable or not, it was bad. Thank God they started with a new air jaws and a new way to find sharks flying through the air. And it was a fantastic special to say about tiger sharks that made me pee my pants.
But going back, now don't skim over, because I have a question about that. And just because, now you pretty much answered my question because you said it was horrible. Now, today on CNN, they had some sort of an oceanographer woman, blah, 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 whatever the hell she was, Skyping into CNN because they were talking about the fact that they bill Shark Week as they are the number one non-fiction network that they are. They bill and milk the shit out of Shark Week. In fact, even you said they make enough money off Shark Week to roll the rest of the shit for the rest of the year.
The rest of the year.
Is it Discovery Channel?
Right.
Is it? Or?
Yeah,
Discovery. So they produced
It put them on the map. Like they were nothing until they came up with Shark Week.
So they produced this show that is about this was it called Megalodon?
Megalodon.
The whole thing. And so many people bought into the front end of it. Now, my question is, are there just so many dumbasses that watch Duck Dynasty and everything else buying into the fact?
That was last night. That was Voodoo Shark. No, this was, and like I said,
say it again.
Voodoo Shark.
Thank you.
Age Before Beauty.
That was the Duck Dynasty moment that they hit last night. But the Megalodon.
What is the sextopus?
Voodoo Shark. I need
Stand by.
that.
Molly is on in the chat room. What about the fuck is the sextopus? We'll get to you back into Molly. Just saying on the name.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't because I'm here today, so I'm not actually watching.
So I just thought they were saying that that the Discovery Channel had duped everybody. They are they're the number one nonfiction real, not reality, real TV documentary, blah 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 blah.
But they said through the whole thing, and once I realized it wasn't a TV movie, and what I meant by mockumentary is what's his name that does all the mockumentaries? Best in
Christopher
Show.
Guest.
Christopher Guest. I thought that's what a mockumentary is. It's when you you think you're watching a true story, but it's really a TV movie.
It's all bullshit.
Right. This was the accident that happened really happened. The sightings of this shark all really happened. The half-eaten whale, everything was real except for how the one guy believed it was real and everyone else was like, this guy's fucking nuts. There is no prehistoric shark around. You know what I mean? And they kept saying all of the experts on this program disagree with us. Like they kept doing little flashes.
Because I clearly didn't see it, but I did see this on CNN. I'm like, why is CNN covering this if this isn't something of note? And
because because CNN wishes they had Shark Week numbers.
Oh, well, yeah, that's just
because
true.
Seriously, world's worst dirtiest jobs, Mythbusters, everybody does a Shark Week special. Everyone wants Shark Week numbers because cable does not get these
that
numbers.
number, right?
Oh, so they'll tie in.
They theme shows.
Everybody wants Shark Week.
They do theme numbers.
This is
or theme shows.
Discovery Channel stays on the air and makes documentaries about birds later in the year from the money they made
Based
off
on
Shark
Week.
Week. Yeah, but all the shows that tie in and movies are like, is there any way we can tie a shark into this to get into Shark Week advertising? This year it's Olympus with a cute kid from.
The Shark Vacuum. They should advertise on that show.
Should.
Oh my God,
I would
do because I'm almost ready to buy
But
one.
anyways, well then the other giant misstep they made, as far as I'm concerned, and other people like this stuff. So there's people that are probably eating it up.
Okay.
Is Watch What Happens Live. Is that the name of that show?
Bravo.
That sounds right.
Bravo.
Yeah.
I think he's so cute. I have a crush on him.
Then there's The Talking
Andy
Dead, which comes on after The Walking Dead, and I've learned to like The Talking Dead because no one but Katie watches the show, so I have someone to talk about it with. I can watch The Talking Dead afterwards, and they have people talk about it. Well, now they have Talk Shark Now, Dark Time Live, whatever it's called, with a horrible comedian. And they do cooking segments, and they talk about Shark Week, and they interview these guys. And Voodoo Shark was this big fat fatty. I mean, I am talking he was 400 pounds if he was a minute with 2 teeth in his head. That was after the Voodoo Shark. And all the Voodoo Shark is the fact that bull sharks can go into fresh water and they swim up the Mississippi River in Lake Pontchartrain.
Right.
It's a real thing.
Right.
But because that was a great mystery until a couple years ago when Shark Week discovered that
there they are.
The bull sharks have learned to swim in fresh water. The people down in Louisiana, brainiacs, each and every one, Mensa members, Age Before Beauty, they're chasing what they think is the voodoo shark. It's just a fucking bull shark.
Okay.
But this big fat fatty he chums the water with a pig, and then they're shooting blood
Roasting
out of a
bacon?
cannon into the water. And hand to God, he jumped in the water, big as a house, bigger than the pig they put in the water, swam to the cage and got in the cage to face down the voodoo shark. And again, I thought, this can't be real. And then he was on the talk show afterwards. 3 teeth in his head, fucking funny. And the second night, I'm like, all right, I like the talk show. Fucking funny, sitting next to that hot surfer that they launch him on jet skis and they put him in 70-foot waves.
I gotta start watching TV.
This is not TV. You've seen this anytime. If you've ever seen any video of a guy surfing a giant wave,
Okay.
It's whatever this guy's name is, and I can't think of his name, but he's world famous. He's surfed the biggest waves in the world. If you've ever seen one of those videos where the guy surfs the 70-foot wave, yeah,
something,
it's Lenny. I can't think what it was.
All right.
But, oh my God. He's sitting next to the toothless guy, and they're having a conversation where this guy's looking for the voodoo shark, and this one's, legit. And he's like, the waters are sharky. So it's craziness. It's just as weirdly entertaining as ever. And if you have a high-def TV, you're wasting it if you're not watching Shark Week. Because this is, if you know how you like animal shows or stuff,
yeah.
These are people inventing cameras to shoot high-definition pictures of underwater sharks and sea life.
And I literally today, as it was on CNN, I thought to myself, well, I should just flip over to Discovery and just set this
look for Air Jaws. Anything that says Air Jaws.
But just set it to record and just start recording and filling my DVR with this shit so I can watch it.
Don't watch all of it. But anything that says Air Jaws, watch, because that's where they invent cameras to film them. So if you're interested in photography or how they capture the sharks on camera, it's amazing.
But didn't you also say, was it last week you said that basically what Shark Week is they do have a set
2 hours
broadcast
of
original and then everything else is repeats.
And then it's 26 years of improving the camera, and you just watch them get better at finding sharks. Okay. And I watched them fuck today on film, and it was amazing.
But I watched this fat guy get in a cage.
Porn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, Friends reference. Shark porn.
I know so.
All right, now I'm going to get caught up in the chat room.
By the way, Laird Hamilton?
Laird Hamilton, yes. And He's so
Oh,
funny.
I know who that is.
Okay, so are you ready for what Voodoo Shark guy says to him? He's like, "Really? You're gonna make fun of me with the Justin Bieber haircut?" It was, and he
Brilliant.
said it. He said it with a dirty Southern voodoo accent, with 3 teeth in his head, and I almost shit the bed. It was. I'm like,
It was
oh
so
my
convenient.
God. And his name. Are you ready for his nickname?
Oh, no.
Hand to God, Blimp.
Aren't you kind
on.
of fascinated and
Come on.
frightened by like that Cajun Southern voodoo?
Oh.
Like
All of it.
It just like I want to watch it, but I'm also really scared.
I just call it Dirty Water, Illinois or Louisiana. Pick a state.
Pick a state.
Age before beauty.
Gulf Coast, somewhere.
Okay, so I got to catch up on here. Yeah.
No offense, Clayton.
What, Gulf Coast?
No, my slur about your people.
What?
Mississippi.
Oh my God, they're filming American Horror Story in Harrison's neighborhood. I'm
Uh-huh.
leaving now.
I can drive you there. I can make
Coven,
good time.
according to Whiskers, Coven is supposed to be more humorous. I like their scary though.
Going back to your Joy Behar thing,
That was a
I
long
read the
time ago.
funniest thing. Well, we got caught up in the voodoo shark, and I want to warn people that I will use voodoo shark in as many sentences as possible because I think it's
Before
kind of
beauty.
great.
Yeah.
No, but someone wrote an article about the big tribute that they're giving Joy Behar for her farewell on The View.
Because she's been
Which
on
I guess is this
nonstop
Friday.
for 16 years.
Yeah,
17,
she's been the whole way.
The whole way.
Whereas with Elizabeth, they barely. To,
Yeah.
to quote the article I read, they said, "I don't think they gave her cab fare."
Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
But
They
I
said,
like
"Here's your
the-
hat. What's your hurry?"
Yeah,
Funny.
yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh my God, that's me and Renee's favorite expression. Here's your hat. Where's your hurry?
Here's some
And they
gluten-free
kept
pizza. Get
you know,
out.
Joy Behar, and whether it was leaked or whether she had to announce it so early, and hers is because of the demographics. I've said that earlier. Like, they're not making a huge secret of the fact that she has timed out of the 18 to 49 demographic that they're searching for so hard.
Yeah,
Barbara
why
did
isn't
before
she
her.
taking Barbara's
No, but
place in that?
Barbara is Barbara.
No, I
Barbara
know.
Yeah, that's
I understand.
legendary.
yeah. So,
I understand
but she
that.
has timed out of the 20.
Another example of a legendary Barbara.
Yeah, because there's so few.
Yes.
Dead, you know.
Age before beauty.
Dead, you know. Almost.
So the show was supposed to be about a 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, and Barbara, women talking about the issue.
And her kind of reining them in.
With the 50s woman interchanging with Barbara, they would go to 60s. No one, they're on 16 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And Joy Behar is no longer 50 or 60. She's 70.
Yeah.
And Barbara Walters is in her 80s.
She'll
They're
never
like,
tell you that.
Right.
but now I think with Jenny McCarthy's, I think is going to be the only white person. I think this is what I think their goal is now.
Intentional racism.
No.
They're going to Wendy Williams this show out?
Yeah,
Is that
Well, actually,
What their goal is going to be is because you have to look at demographics. They want to skewer to minorities. So you're going to have Sherry Shepherd,
Yep.
Whoopi Goldberg, whoever replaces, and Cerna got it wrong the other day. Jenny McCarthy is to replace
she
Elizabeth
is
Hasselbeck.
Official.
Yeah, she's
in.
replacing
Jenny McCarthy.
is replacing Elizabeth
Right.
Hasselbeck,
Right.
not Joy Behar. Joy Behar is going to be someone from Univision, Telemundo. Like,
Oh, they had the.
Oh,
the,
what's her name? The
but they're
Latin
not
girl.
taking auditions. They're going to sneak
No,
her
no,
in
no.
at the
She
last
was
minute.
the first owner. Ran Telemundo.
Yeah, but they don't.
That's who they had on, and she was fucking
But
annoying.
they have had everybody on, but
Do
they
you know who I'm talking
they
about?
will.
Not the same. Who was the Latina that was next to Sam Champion that week that they were in as a guest host?
They have seriously. Every Mexican woman in America has been on that show.
And she was on it. But she was a current host of something on Telemundo. But she
I
was
don't know.
fantastic.
But that is what they're going to do. It's going to be a predominantly
What does
brown
Sam
panel,
Champion
and they
look like?
and they
Sam-
want to make sure
Sam
you know
Champion
that.
is the morning weather guy on Good Morning America.
Blonde.
Blonde guy just got married.
That's that's the same person.
Okay.
And I thought she was fucking awful.
Oh, I didn't think so.
Which is why it's The View, because you're going
Right.
to love them or you're going to
She
hate
was-
them.
Speaking
I
of
just
that,
am-
though, of The View and of people of color, has anyone seen the worst show ever?
The Talk?
No, The Real. The Real.
Real?
The Real.
I don't
It
know what
makes
that
The
is.
Talk look like important, insightful TV. It is. It is seriously.
That's
I need
tricky.
you to look it up right now.
R-E-E-L or R-E-A-L?
The Real, because we're keeping it real.
R-E-A-L. Okay.
What is it? Tell me.
It's, one of the Braxtons, one of the girls from Sister Sister, Niecy Nash.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Oh, Niecy Nash, she's hysterical though.
She
you
can
just
be.
let
I
just
They
give
shoot
her
the
a
show
minute.
on a budget of about $7 a
Oh, so
week.
they got a buck more than us.
Yes.
Hey, whoa. Who's getting money?
No, nobody's getting.
Who's got a sex tape?
I'm paying $6.
What was
for
your
a
sex
ticket.
tape link? I didn't come up.
She. Oh,
I don't know anything about that. But I have to Google up keeping. What's the real?
it's just called The Real.
On what network?
It's syndicated.
Oh, so it's dropping in anywhere.
Yeah, it is so bad.
Is it new?
Yeah, it's brand new. It's only been on like a couple of weeks. Someone, Buddy Early actually told me about it. He said, "Have you seen this?"
Awesome.
And I said, "No, I haven't seen it." So I watched it, and I literally thought that I had found a parody of it.
Oh,
I thought that like Saturday
Like
Night
an SNL,
Live
right,
had gotten
right,
their
right.
hands on it. But no, it was just them. It is so bad. And they are zany, girlfriend. Oh, honey, we'll tell it like it is. Was that racist?
We don't care.
The best. And
Age before beauty.
Intentional or unintentional?
You don't care.
David Sedaris does it all the time. You know when your coworker says she's crazy that she's a bitch.
Girl, honey, because we're keeping it real.
Real.
They tell you they're keeping it real.
I
Like
don't see Niecy Nash.
It's not Niecy Nash?
I don't either.
Maybe it's Moni Love.
It's a different black person.
Lonnie Love.
Lonnie Love.
By the way,
from Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
Unintentional racism.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so I will.
And Moni Love's an 80s rapper, huh?
But I do. And
Next week we have
Mama's Boxed Wine's kicking in.
Young
Mama's
Jeezy.
Box Wine. So I do have to, because
Ghostface Killer to the stage, please. Ghostface
Tyler and
Killer.
Molly have joined us, and Molly, I don't know what you're talking about, but I will. The Sextopus, I will find out later.
Oh, that's what I hooked. That's what I linked to.
Oh, it didn't come up. I wouldn't let me link to it. So I will find out what the Sextopus is, and I will chat with you privately. And
Well, I'll give you a hint. It's not what came up.
yeah, because even my iPad was like, honey, you don't want to look at this. But Tyler, I have been watching.
What are these people? I'm looking on.
Oh, it's Tamara.
That is that her, isn't it? That's what I
yeah.
thought. I'm like, that looks like Tamara or
Yeah,
whatever her name is.
From Sister.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, I got it.
The other one.
It's not going to go well. But True Blood.
Is that Brandy?
And I know.
Is that another-
Tamar Braxton,
Is that another?
the less talented, still beautiful sister of Tony Braxton.
Oh,
Is that what it says?
No, but that's what she is.
No.
It'd be funny if that was her bio.
No.
I'm the less
Is that,
talented but still beautiful sister.
What are the two sisters? And then they have Ray J, who's the one who
Who
fucked
the fuck
Whitney.
is Ray J?
It's
Raw
Our
Dog.
first show.
That's the name of
Raw
our first show.
Dog. Raw Dog.
Raw Dog.
Raw Dog.
Wait,
So-
isn't that's the sister of the sister who's
Bran-
the sister of Ray J?
Oh no,
Okay.
that's Brandy.
Brandy.
That's Brandy. No.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about. But
They have a little brother. Damnable, I can't click
We got
on
an
it.
Asian, 3 blacks, and
Zogus
a,
agrees every
I
summer
don't
in
know
a
what the hell she
tradition
is.
to catch an octopus
Oh
and
my
cook
God,
and eat
I'm
it. So they
totally
hear they
in
caught
it.
a 6-1 and they were like,
damn it.
okay, Molly, I'm up to speed. But True Blood. If you
Meet the host.
gave up or you thought the last season sucked, so you didn't go, come back. True Blood is back, and they're doing like a conspiracy theory with a virus. It's very. I mean, they're going back to the.
Never seen it.
To the. Oh, it's good.
Are they keeping it real?
Keep it real. Remember, Cliff? You don't know me. I'm just keeping it real. You don't know me. But True Blood is so good again, and I'm so disappointed because I was hoping to cross it off my list this year. And we were bitching. I was at a dinner party, and everybody was like, "We're only watching it because we've watched this far, so we got to finish it out." And then all of us were behind. It was a Sunday night. We were all missing it. We all went home and watched it, and we were all texting each other like, "Motherfucker, True Blood is good again." Now we're back. But I forget I work with people who can't afford HBO.
I'm just briefly.
Is that us?
I think
Sorry.
that
I'm looking.
I don't have cable at all.
Okay, see now you can't say shit to me.
No.
I barely have an antenna.
Seriously.
I
see?
wish that we had come
He's
up.
gonna break out in hives.
I wish that we would have come up with this tagline for our
Does
show.
anybody have tissue?
I thought you were joking about the telethon earlier. He needs one.
Tito, give me a tissue.
The fact that we didn't come up with this tagline, though, I think see you next Tuesday, and I've had a few email responses. They think they like that, but you think
it's
it,
cute.
they say it. That's the tagline of the show, The Real. And
That's their thing.
one of the most recent names of a segment is called Tamara's Prank Call to Tawanda.
Girl.
Wow.
How does it not sound like a parody?
It does.
That's
it totally does.
awesome.
Right.
How many shows have you watched, though, that
Seriously.
you're like, is this an SNL skit?
I watched 2
The talk.
because I couldn't believe how bad it was.
Yeah.
So I hope Lonnie Love is still on
Taj.
Chelsea Handler.
I thought this was going to be hot. Where's the hot
Taj
food?
Mowry. So there's Tia and Tamara.
Right.
And then this Taj.
It's probably a brother.
Tahj. It is. And he was like,
Like
a
a
little
Solange
like a
Knowles
little
or a-
right. He was a little actor.
If you will. He was a
but
little
same
actor.
as Ray J. That's they're like the same age J.
I'd fuck him.
Well, duh. He has 2 arms.
Wow, he has 2 arms. So Al, you're out. We're terribly
I
sorry.
love the Blasian. And 2 things. He was born on the same day as my grandmother's dog's Bunny, which coincidentally
Hold on.
is the day
Wait
that
a
Donna
minute.
Summer died,
I need
May
you to back
17th.
up to that.
Oh! Nobody knew she was sick. Well, she did.
My grandmother's dog Bunny's birthday was May 17th.
We are reaching.
Right.
We would
My
seriously
grandmother's
always
dog,
Bunny.
But it sounded like
And you know how
dog's
Bunny died? Because my grandmother and grandfather would insist that Bunny liked Hall's cough drops, and Bunny's head exploded from all the menthol he was
That
eating.
happens a lot, actually.
He did.
Shut
His
up.
head
1 in 10
exploded
home bunnies.
from having too many open sinuses. Dogs should not get menthol cough drops on a regular basis.
Note to self.
And Bunny bit it. He overdosed on menthol. You know they're not supposed to eat chocolate?
Yeah.
Menthol, same
Apparently.
list. Causes
Age
some
I think he would have been
Beauty.
better off with the chocolate.
Oh, he like ran into a wall and killed himself.
So I'm better writing down.
I would like everyone to know that I am not part of this. I
my
don't
God.
condone this.
Fucking hysterical.
Before the PETA people show up.
Now every week when I post these
My
shows,
grandmother would make a cake, which I think had chocolate in it, which would make the dog shit everywhere. But she would.
But he was
put
alive.
menthol-
He had clean sinuses.
He would put menthol cough drops in the cake.
Why?
And we would celebrate it because it was between her birthday was May 19th and mine was May 11th, and we would celebrate the dog's birthday with this deadly chocolate menthol cake. We were doing like doggy torture porn without ever knowing it, and she would swear up and down the dog likes it. It was hysterical.
There's so much wrong with all of this right now. All of it.
oh my God, the dog's theme song is "You Keep Me Hanging On" because I eat a piece of
I need
cake
a
and I
cough
almost
drop. I need a
died.
cough drop. I need a cough drop.
Every week when I post these shows, I have to do like little search words for it. So Halls for dogs is now is gonna be that may be the title of the show. We're
The
not.
dog's bunny.
We're not
Is
sure.
because it sounded like you said the dog's bunny.
My
And that's-
grandmother's
yeah.
That's
dog
why I
bunny.
was confused.
Yeah, I knew that we were on
I'm
the
sure
same
there was a
page, 'cause
pet
I'm like,
rabbit in that
what?
filthy
If
house.
PETA does not make this show viral, I'm not sure what's wrong
I think
with it.
Aaron is walking outside picketing right now, but I'm not sure.
Right.
I may be wrong.
It's a public service announcement.
Right.
Don't give your dog Hall's cough
Now
drops.
is store
This is something you have to
would?
tell people to do.
now it's
I don't think that has a warning
Also,
label.
don't walk in front of the light rail.
Yeah, exactly.
Is-
Fire burns.
are store brand cough drops okay?
Oh, sure. No, sure.
What about
Up, up, and
Luden's
away? What does
cherry?
Target sell?
Boys and girls, it's the end of hour 2. We're going into what we like to call hour 3. Sports is coming up, the Death Watch, thoughtful vulgarity, much, much more. Oh, dude.
More ways to kill your pet.
Right. Stick around if you dare.
Have I never told you guys the Vicks cough drop story?
No.
You've been listening to The Show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. This show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
If you are just joining us, we just learned how Al's grandmother's dog died from ingesting Hall's mentholyptus.
For years.
For years. Dogs.
How old is your grandma?
Oh, she's
So
dead.
she's dead too.
How did she die?
She
You
joined
know
the
what she
dog.
would say if you asked her? I was born 1910. I was born 1910. That's all she would ever say. So she'd be what 113
Almost
if she was alive.
113.
She'd be 103 if she was still alive.
So now,
103. Good math. Good math.
Good
I'm
math.
so
Now-
good
You
at
don't
math.
close the checks at the restaurant, do you?
No. I don't pay those bills.
okay, so apparently, for some reason, Al and his family, his grandmother made a cake of chocolate and Hall's cough drops.
I don't know if it was chocolate because chocolate is bad for dogs. But
Well, Halls aren't good for dogs either.
no. And they were like straight up Vicks. Like you got stoned like just
But
being near them.
But in Vic's modern day defense, those were back when they made them really good, and they would open up your like wasabi.
That's probably
bucket.
true.
No, those motherfuckers
They
years
really
ago.
were
You
Vicks,
can't.
Vicks wasabi rub.
Right, exactly.
That's probably
because
a good
you
point.
can't buy cough drops and that shit that's good. Like when you do a nasal spray now, it just kind of whatever, you're good. But it used to be your eyes would swell and like you could inhale a Buick.
See,
But Bunny was the replacement dog for Butch, and there was we don't know how Butch died.
Let's
Due to a lack of witnesses and poor lighting, there is no way to know.
and no cake residue.
I didn't know chocolate was bad for dogs until
Yes.
recently.
Oh no, I've always known that.
I
Yes.
had no idea.
But I always grew up around dogs and on a farm, so that's part of it.
Well, I had dogs, but we just didn't include. We gave him cough drops.
Hi again. This is Hour 3. It's the show with Clayton McKee. That is me. I'm on Q Talk America every Tuesday with my friends Al Perkins, Marnie Ryer. Typically, Katie June is sitting here, but this week we welcome Barbara Seville.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Barbara.
No, I meant the listeners.
Age before beauty. Oh,
Yeah,
There's
age
that.
before beauty, darling.
there's that. We are in studio. Marnie
I'm
just
still the
showed back
fucking
up.
oldest. We gotta get somebody else in here. Do you have any old friends besides me? I just cut that one
Miss
off in the
Ebony's
past.
busy.
They've all died.
Bless her. Well, bless her.
Well,
heart.
actually, no.
Can we lure her here with a Vicks cough drop or a cocktail?
The difference is they're all in relationships and are busy. How do you feel now?
Well, we learned about how I like to sleep with my partner, so that ain't gonna happen.
And Marnie even brought up the fact earlier that Ablasian had 2 arms, so you weren't going to sleep with them either. There's that.
I slept with the one with 2 arms. God damn it!
Are you sure?
I didn't notice the other arm.
I think we all have.
Tied behind his. Well, he was wearing a jacket like this one.
This is not mine.
No.
So don't go after him.
And actually, it comes from my antique rack of clothing in my house, because that is an old...
That means shit he found by the canal.
No, it's not. No.
Things
next
abandoned.
to the,
things
next
that,
to the lawnmower.
no, things that his
and the
sexual
vacuum.
conquest decided
No.
to leave rather than
No,
go back
no,
for.
no, no.
No, they escaped without.
No. No.
Leave it.
No.
Run!
Run!
There's no time!
Wait.
Save the jacket! Save the planet later!
Wait a minute.
Crawl out the window for the love of God.
If my mother is watching, and feel free to, text me later, Mom. But that jacket my mother brought back from London when she was there. She brought me a Hard Rock Cafe jacket.
Is this it right
She
there?
saw the cat. She saw cats in London, not those cats from Montana
No.
or Wyoming.
She wouldn't be able to count.
She
I
saw
hope
the
she got
play.
tasered so she didn't have to watch the whole fucking
No,
show.
she
'cause
watched
that
the
show
whole.
sucks.
Well, she watched the whole show. Like the corners
It's
of
in my mind. That. God bless Katie when she's drunk. Because she did a mashup last week that just made no sense, but I loved it.
It was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
And my favorite part, she meant it.
Oh, she bought it. She sold it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She had it going. Oh, but you'll be relieved to know.
She had an invoice for
Molly
that.
just said suddenly the show turns into the $25,000 pyramid.
Things Angie Dickinson would say. Things you shouldn't feed your dog.
Things you can find at the ranch market.
Yeah.
Things that clear your sinuses.
Okay, so good news for you.
Who, me?
The Predator show, they fired him. The guy that keeps knocking on your door.
Chris Hansen?
Come and knock on
My
my
door.
Yeah,
Well,
he
no.
got fired.
From why?
Wait, no, Hansen
No.
was Mbop.
No,
Is that the right name?
No, wait.
Mbop.
Can we just stop?
Like,
Can we-
where
stop?
the fuck
All
are
right.
you going
All right,
with
so
that?
Hansen was the music group Mbop. Yes.
Right.
Chris Hansen was the host of To Catch a Predator on NBC.
But
My
does
very
he look like
first
Chelsea Clinton
nationwide
like they do? No.
television
Not
appearance.
Hanson's dad.
Okay, not Hansen's dad.
No.
So Hansen is the guy that keeps knocking on your door to find your underage boyfriend.
Come and knock on
Right.
my
Not
Right.
mine. I don't have any.
Oh, because he got out through the window and left that jacket. I'm sorry. I can't
Keep up,
keep up.
Clayton,
I
keep
can't
This
keep up.
jacket has
Age
a
before
Central High
beauty.
School ID pass.
That kid just went to
No,
the bathroom.
no, it was
All he
Brophy.
wanted to do was
It
go
was
pee.
Brophy.
By the way, I do have a pair of shorts from Brophy, but I found them.
Oh,
Next to the
sure.
lawnmower
No.
and the vacuum
with
and the
with a
canal.
candlestick with Colonel Mustard.
It's not a big window. There are size limitations to what can go in and out.
They're all
Racist.
Welcome,
Things you
welcome
find
to
at Ranch Market. That is funny.
All right. Now,
All
are
right,
you
calm
done?
down.
Are you done with your entertainment segment, or is there more?
I think so. But that doesn't really answer your question.
By the way, our drinking word.
Why do you have my phone?
You handed it to me.
Oh, give it to me.
You were showing him people, but you don't know who they are.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, Ray J.
Yeah, well, there's
Oh,
that.
yeah, there was a
Where the
blation.
fuck is my phone?
What?
There was a blation that I had to look at.
Oh, no,
Yes.
Well, there's that. Oh, is this right? Okay, well, Al, wow, can't talk. Okay, drinking word.
Drinking age before beauty. Yes, please,
age before
please.
beauty. Barbara Seville's with us, Marnie Ryer, it's Al Perkins, and I think it's time. We've missed it for a couple weeks, but
we're back.
We're going to check in with our Death Watch.
People that are alive! People should pray to be on this list because they will
Seriously.
Nobody dies.
truly live forever.
Absolutely.
Nobody had Corey Monteith in the pool.
Nope.
No. Couldn't
Dennis
have seen that
Farina
one.
snuck by. Who knew he was old? And then who died? Somebody died last week that we all like. Oh, Eileen Brennan.
Eileen Brennan.
Eileen Brennan,
It
yes,
was
she
sad.
did talk
This
about
week,
that.
some jazz musician. Never heard of him, but I pretended to be sad for about 2-3
That
minutes.
was nice of you.
It
Yeah.
was. I
He
was
does
finishing
that
a cup
often.
of coffee. I really didn't have anything else to do.
Make time for it.
Seriously, now, let's get some perspective on this.
Oh, what?
Would you? Yeah.
Now, when
Now we
you're
have-
looking at this.
Now, for people like Tanner, who
I
I'm
gotta
not
move
sure
Randy
who Tanner
Travis
is.
out because he was just moved to rehab.
Tanner's a lovely child.
All right, all right.
Oh, I will give you.
Damn
I
it, I'm good call.
What,
Tanner's what?
a lovely child. Lovely
Okay.
man. He actually is a massage therapist who works in Central Phoenix.
Oh,
hi Tanner.
Tanner, I need a massage.
Oh no, he
For
was
real.
railing yesterday about people asking for free massages.
No, not for free.
Okay.
I
No,
have money,
he has
a
money
job,
and a job.
and I don't want anything dirty. I just need a massage.
You can just show up and get rubbed.
I'm a clean white woman.
Yes, there's that.
There's a lot of truth there.
In captivity.
Which part?
Well, she's white. So number 1 stays Valerie Harper because
We know it's
it's
coming.
going to kill me and it's going to be a sad show, but she's got to go.
We have insider trader information.
Jerry
That's
Lewis,
I don't think.
Not Jerry Lee
Phil
Lewis.
and Betty
Right.
Windsor, friends casual racist, and his wife Betty.
Uh-huh.
Nelson Mandela.
I think that's your good money right there.
Yeah. Nancy Reagan or Babs Bush. We're not picky.
Now,
Jim,
did
Jim
you-
Garner.
I think Nancy Reagan before
Oh, James
Babs.
Garner. I haven't seen him lately.
Yeah,
Sally
that's because he had a
Struthers, and I'm
stroke.
thinking from the eating disorder she's been trying to work up since
Well, she's
about
doing something with a
1974.
DUI this week. She's fighting a DUI.
Oh.
Really?
How did we miss that in headlines?
I'm looking it up
Seriously.
right now.
Thanks.
People at cable TV, you could do it.
I would think it was a DUE with her driving under the eating. Is what I would think she would have.
Karen Black's not heavy. She's just batshit crazy.
No, Sally Struthers.
Oh, Sally Struthers.
In Maine.
Exactly.
In Maine.
I don't know why
Who
these
gets a
children.
DUI in Maine?
Well, what else are you going to do in
Sally
Maine?
Struthers,
Yeah.
that's called.
Yeah.
Karen Black, who's raising money for pancreatitis online from fans, and it turns out I'm the only one, and I'm not giving because I'm saving up for my massage with Tanner. And Zaza Gabor or whatever's left on the bed when she goes.
No,
Yeah.
not much.
Parts is parts,
Well,
honey.
they'll call her Bob.
Yeah, she's chicken nugget. Art,
And that doesn't mean battery operated buddy. No.
Matt, any of the good names.
Matt.
Bob. I love Bob.
Art.
I love Bob.
What do you call a man with no arms and no legs in the water?
Bob.
Or stew.
Oh no, that's boiling water.
That's nice.
Boiling water. A hot tub.
Oh, look, it's just a table of truly tasteless
Oh,
jokes.
God.
That's good.
I'll go to Helen Keller.
Well, wait,
I'll-
we have to fill.
So
we
we've
have
got to
fill
fill
it
in position number 3. We need
So
to,
you-
Barbara,
What
would
do
you
you
like to
think?
throw
Please.
a name in the ring?
I'm going to go traditional.
There's more points
Okay,
for the young
okay.
and unexpected.
Yes.
Or the old and plucky. Like Betty White would get you a buttload, but everyone would hate you.
You can't
What?
say it. I can't. I said Nelson Mandela.
By the way,
and
anybody else?
I
Did
can't.
anybody else catch that Lohan actually guest hosted last night on Chelsea Handler?
No.
Oh, that's her new job. Oh, yeah, she went to rehab for 26 minutes because that's going to cure you.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh.
All right,
There
so
you have it. Go
Barbara.
ahead.
I forgot who I was
Nobody
gonna say.
local. Nobody local.
Oh.
Because Aaron likes to pick it alone.
Like you can't put Deion Brown on that at all. Like he'll get mad.
I don't know who I would replace there. I'll say Kenny Rogers.
Oh. Good one. Now, do you think it'll be from natural causes or plastic surgery?
Yes.
No, wait, but his face will live on, but his body will just like give up. Got it. Kenny Rogers. You got to know when to fold him.
He's a roaster. I just want to put his occupation
I was
down.
like, what?
For the younger generation.
Kenny Rogers roaster. Also look up the song "The Gambler."
Yeah.
Oh. Do you remember the
Casual
movie?
racist
Look,
and a
don't,
roaster.
Don't take your love to town.
Ruby.
Ruby.
I
Now,
fucking love Kenny Rogers.
I
as a
do
little boy.
too.
speaking
No,
of no
yeah.
arms and
Yeah.
no legs, Ruby is a paralyzed whore in that story. In case you've never been to karaoke and suffered through that shit. But-
Really?
Yeah, either Ruby has no arms and no legs or he was killed in the war. Somebody is suffering in that song.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, go look
Well,
up the
it's a country
lyrics.
song, so it could be. Is there a truck or a dog involved?
Yes.
Okay.
And one of them runs the other one over, and they end
Now,
up
do they have
incapacitated.
anything to do with cough drops?
Yes.
Because if there's menthol,
Before I sing, I always like to have a cough drop to open
see?
everything up.
Yeah,
I
don't
get-
give it to don't drop it on the floor.
It's a good idea, and don't wrap it in chocolate.
No,
Then the dog's gonna shit all over and then kill himself running into the wall.
I would take a Halls wrapped in bacon, dipped in chocolate, though. That'd be good.
What?
Wouldn't it be?
Okay.
Wouldn't
so
that be good?
No.
It's called Epic. Anybody who watched the
a
horrible
cherry halls.
Don't like cherry. Don't like
Oh,
cherry.
yeah.
Don't like
No,
cherry.
no.
Has to be the original.
Yeah, no.
Once I lost mine, I gave
Oh,
them
I
all
like
up.
them.
menthol. That long ago? Just the one?
So it's called epicsomething.com, and it's a cooking show. It's online, big fat guys and one skinny hot guy. They were the guests on
Age for beauty.
exactly. They were the guests on I'll drink.
I'm gonna make a drink.
On the Shark Talk show yesterday, they made
The
handmade.
Shark Talk Show.
I don't know what it's called. It's called like Shark After Dark. It is called. That's what it's called.
It's
Shark
called-
After Dark Live. That's what it's called.
On the Discovery Channel?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
shit.
trying to do a Watch What Happens Live, Talking Dead, but they made, and I don't know what this has to do
That
with
was
sharks.
The Walking Dead.
No, but afterwards is the Talking Dead because
Oh,
they're
I
all
didn't know.
the show. Oh, the show that I've never seen. I'm pointing at him like you made it. Is what's the show on Bravo?
What happens live?
That's what everybody's trying to do. Everyone's
Oh, I
because
see.
that for some reason has huge ratings.
Well, it's only because it's
I'm the
Andy
only
Cohen.
person that doesn't watch it.
I mean, that whole thing is fantastic.
He gets people to talk shit,
Yeah.
and there's a little bit of booze involved.
Right, and they do that. They have
That's
somebody
why we
making
wanted the
shots.
bartender,
Right.
like,
So
here,
we're all
yeah.
we're trying to ape it, and I've never even seen the motherfucker.
Totally.
And I have cable.
That was an errand.
Because Tanner, I make enough money to pay for a massage.
What?
Oh, but he canceled HBO, so it really doesn't count.
Clayton says he has cable.
I know, but it doesn't count.
Not breath mints.
Yeah.
Or a mirror. I'm gonna get him good while he's in the other room.
Oh.
Oh,
You got flipped off.
I don't even read. I don't speak sign language, but I knew what that meant.
I'm well versed in what you're saying.
That's fantastic.
So, anyways, they made candied bacon, and they made they cooked the bacon sideways, like they lined it up in the pan, and then they smothered it in chocolate.
Good God.
Oh my God! And I was like, oh, I want to taste that.
Yeah.
Chocolate and bacon. Where are you going to go wrong? And then it had
Oh, it's
something else in
incredible.
it, like.
No, they
Did
had
you ever have
at
that bacon sundae
Cinnamon.
at fucking Denny's?
It had cinnamon in it.
I heard
It was
about
on
it.
like Donkey Kong with that thing.
Oh.
No.
Snickerdoodles.
Oh.
Bacon Bloody Mary at Macy's. I've only
Absolutely.
had one. I've only had one because I went into heart failure during it. So delicious. They make it with bacon vodka and they put bacon in the drink.
Oh, nice.
How do you go wrong?
How?
You can't. I don't think you can.
I can't fight the feeling anymore.
Now, speaking of bacon and things I see on TV, has anybody seen the bacon cooking thing that you put the bacon in in like strips and it's all set up right, and the bacon is suspended from the bottom part of the pan, so when you cook it in the microwave, because that's safe, when you cook it in the microwave, all of the grease falls to the bottom, so you wind up, what are you left with? Wonderful, healthy bacon.
But if you're gonna eat bacon, why do you want it healthy?
No, but the fact that they use the word healthy,
Right.
I was laughing at that.
Now,
was this on the same channel as those glasses?
Yes.
The commercial following the
And-
zoomies.
Okay.
And if you order now, you'll get a second one for free.
Just pay
like
sep-
processing and handling.
Yeah, like right.
P&H.
Zoomies?
He bought them.
Looking it up.
But you missed that part of the show earlier. I bought Zoomies.
Was it today?
No.
Oh, okay.
Over 30 days ago because my return policy is expired.
Oh,
Look
we have
up
a new suggestion from the chat room. I hate to interrupt, but I'm going to go with Agent
Oh, I
for Beauty.
see that.
Menthol cop drops off the booty.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, but that's only available in Okinawa.
All right.
Donnie, sorry.
I really have heard that.
Donnie, you're coming
It's a
home
real-
in December. Can you bring a cough drop with
It's a real eye opener over there, Donnie. Anyway,
Clayton, why did you get these? I'm looking at the picture and I know
It's
no.
Maxine, isn't it? Maxine from the shoebox. What's it called?
Why?
Hallmark shoebox collection.
There's a valid reason as to
No, there's
why.
not.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
Again, I was thinking of my mom. My mom sits on the back porch of her house and she watches hang gliders off of North Mountain.
Watch the whole video where they can't find the birds. And then imagine he thinks his mother of that way. Just.
I was like, your mom is so nice, and your mom went to Bruno Mars with you when no one else would.
What?
You've got a friend.
Because of being so warm and fuzzy.
Fuck you, people. No, but I thought it would be nice for her. And then the other side of that coin was
Bruno Mars or the glasses?
no, the glasses. I work on so many circuit boards that are very close proximity, and stuff is very tiny. And I solder a lot of circuit boards. And I thought, well, if they really magnify that well, because I have magnifying glasses and those cheater glasses to magnify shit.
So he got the free pair.
And I thought, for example, if these really work, and I got them on, and I got them at the house, I couldn't see across the living room to read a label that I could read without them on. They're horrible.
Did you order them late at night after a night out?
No, I think it was just on like a Saturday afternoon. I think I was sober and everything. I really think it was.
I'm serious. I looked at and I've
Now, there
included
was
a link.
the shark vacuum. I almost ordered drunk.
I've
but
included a link in the chat room. But just looking at the page,
You know, you are so good at the computer that you're
Yeah,
coming back
seriously.
because you are firing those links.
Yeah.
Because Tyler always
Yeah.
wondered, because all we do is put stuff on Facebook, and Tyler's not on Facebook.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do it.
Oh, by the way, I also bought for Buddy early, but we didn't get him in here. I also bought the Wax Vac, the ear vacuum.
Oh, I know. It
For
sits at
those-
home, and I'm
you're gonna
terrified
make
of
me
it.
throw up.
No, I bought them all and I gave them out. And we were supposed to do some sort of use it for a couple weeks, and we're going to do a review. We've never done the review, but I gave Buddy his.
I'm terrified.
Lady Christian and I worked together this weekend, and she told me I shouldn't speak for her, but she said
should
that,
get her ass in
that
here.
the other night or the other day, a package arrived in the mail
and she had evidently ordered a greatest hits of the 80s and 90s slow jams collection that came, and she didn't realize where it came from until she checked her credit card, and she had ordered it at 2:42
I think that's awesome.
on a Monday morning.
I'm making a note to call Lady Christian tomorrow to get a copy
You
of
have
it.
no idea how many back in the day how many cassette tapes that I had.
Columbia House is still looking for me.
Right,
I
those
don't
bastards.
remember what it was like.
I taped 2 quarters and never sent them another fucking dime.
Columbia. Oh,
I wonder why they went out of business.
The 6 weeks that I waited in 1978 for my first set of Columbia House.
12 records and tapes for a
12
penny.
records for a penny.
Yep.
And my mailman seriously almost had a cease and desist on me. He was like, enough. I will
Really?
tell you when a giant package arrives with 12
'Cause you kept running out,
albums.
"Mailman!"
Oh, it had Carly Simon's greatest hits in it.
Wow.
It had Blondie.
See, I was old before my time because I loved Carly Simon like for as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You've got
I
a
mean,
friend.
I was
That's
it,
Carole
and I
King.
That's Carole
accidentally ordered
Fuck you.
like Gilbert Sullivan.
You're so
I don't
vain
know,
as a. Well,
and you know,
Oh,
she's never
anticipation.
only one.
Anticipation is good, yeah. No,
yeah.
good call.
Mine's yeah.
Coming around again.
Oh, I listened to that today.
That's great.
And Let
No,
the
no,
River Run.
Let
from
the River
Working
Run.
Let the river run. Yes.
I love
Okay,
it,
now
yeah.
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Now Tanner has made a comment in the chat room, and I already know this. Tanner has made a comment that he has a table. He does.
That
he
we're
has a
boring
massage.
the shit out of
No,
him?
no,
Oh,
he's loving
okay,
it.
good. Hi, Tanner,
But he has a massage table. He's ready to go. We'll come.
Where
to
does
your-
it say that? I don't
It
see
says
this.
well on my screen. It's about the 7th one down. Tanner, I'll have the table ready. He's got a table.
Yeah.
He's got a massage
Do you
table.
see it? I don't see.
I saw that.
Anyway, it's on my screen. It's right on both of them. Anyway, what I'm thinking we should do is maybe have Tanner in studio with the table. And
Oh, fuck no.
Somebody
No.
gets a massage while we're on the air.
Out in the hallway, maybe.
Yeah, not on the air.
Studio A over there. We'll do it over there.
Oh, so today I got nostalgic for the ocean because during Shark Week I decided I want to go.
Don't you start.
Every week I want to go to South Africa. What? What did I miss?
You said you get nostalgic for the ocean, and I didn't want her to start in.
Oh, Billy Ocean?
Yeah.
Get out of my fucking dreams.
European queen.
European queen.
No.
Caribbean
Get
Queen.
out of my
Depends on where.
dream.
Depends on where you were.
dream.
Oh,
Get
he recorded it
into my
separately?
ocean.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really called European Queen, and when they came to America, it didn't make any sense, so they had to change it to Caribbean Queen.
It sounds like Pussy LaHoot on a Sunday night. Like when she comes. Never mind. I've actually seen her wet herself
Over.
on the stage. European queen. Sorry. Or like a piss queen. Sorry.
My other favorite one, because a lot of times.
By the way, don't ever start sentences.
Do not
Another-
put your phone number on the chat room.
I know all these people. They already have my phone number.
Almost. All right.
Yeah. So plus I want a massage. So a lot of the albums that Tim and I would buy, we would go to Toronto and go record shopping. So they were different. Like the Burning Up on our Madonna album is very guitar based. It's not synthesizers.
That's how she does it live now, by the way.
Yeah, I have European Queen, not Caribbean Queen, because I bought Billy Ocean's album in Canada. And the other one is Tina Turner, Private Dancer. They can't say American Express in Canada and Britain because it's copyrighted, so they have to say,
Oh, wow.
a few pounds British sterling will do nicely, thank you. So
No
that's what
shit.
I have on my record. A few pounds British sterling will do nicely, thank you.
I've never heard that.
So there was a lot of different stuff that we bought. Cher's album with Walking in Memphis, the British Canadian version is completely different, and I had to go back to Toronto because someone stole it. Someone heard it and was like, "Ooh, that's much better." And I'm like, "Yeah," and then they fucked me and stole it while I was passed out in postcoital.
No.
Were you wearing this jacket?
Too small for him. Too small.
Not in that time.
Oh.
Well.
We have pictures of him in a jean jacket.
How
I have it
rude.
at home.
Oh yeah, I do.
I don't doubt that.
I remember when I thought jean shorts were still going to work, and I remember standing at the store looking at jean shorts and
Yesterday?
going, "Oh no, when did that happen? When did they all become camel toe finders?"
2012 was a different time. No one blames you.
What a terrible, terrible day that was.
Oh, it's funny.
Week.
Year.
Decade. Anyway.
No, that was Stonewash. Are you wearing Stonewash? No, that's not Stonewash.
No, that's not
That's
Stonewash.
just faded.
Just old.
Beautifully faded. Those
Well,
are like
I didn't intend to ever wear it again. And B,
I'm happy to have it. I'm
when he-
freezing still.
I know.
Yeah, the fact that you were cold
It
riding
should
your
have
bike
never come
here
out of the
today.
evidence locker.
Well, I wasn't going to give her my good. I have a good windbreaker from Disney. I wasn't going to let her wear because I might never see it again.
I never hear that phrase anymore. I'm fucked up. All right. Don't we have a segment?
We do. Well, in just minutes, we're going to have another one. But I figured, Barbara, now I just want to give you the opportunity to, if there's something you'd like to discuss or chat about that we've not touched on that you'd like to.
You've had a piece of spinach stuck in your...
No, that's
that
you.
was me.
You started at my house going, oh, shit, I have spinach in my teeth.
I did. No, I have nothing to talk about.
And I will admit, you did that to the mirror that I
Don't
have in
even
my
know
workshop.
I'm here.
I have a mirror in
the
my
zoomies.
workshop.
She's wearing the zoomies.
Those are not. You just look like Ray. You look like Ray Charles, or, well, if you were darker, you'd be Charlie Pride. Maybe you're Terry Gibbs.
Nope.
Terry Gibbs.
Somebody's knocking. Should I let him in?
Nope.
You don't even know.
I don't have any idea who these are.
I don't either because they were over there on the table. There's another pair over here.
Is this a radio show or an eating contest? 'Cause
Both.
We have
Throw her
seriously
those. Give her those.
I'm not that
a lot
proud.
of food.
Oh, I'm not putting those on.
Somebody left them in the studio.
They're cute.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about A-Rod because that's the only thing from sports, and I think
No,
it's
let's
really
do our
important.
sports segment.
God, what a dick.
Seriously, he's a douche.
Is there sports theme music?
We do
Wait
actually.
for
Would
it?
you like?
Yeah.
Hang on. I mean, I'll do it.
And I'll look up something about A-Rod because I'm fascinated by this story.
I'm not sure if one of you are going to try to talk over this, but we'll do it this way.
A-Rod's a douche!
Sports. That's all.
That's it?
Still got 20 seconds.
Suspended for 211 games, which will cost him about $37 million. The other 12 players were suspended for 50, but they're still going to continue playing. And Yankee Stadium broke out in boos that were led like they were cheering. I think that's the whole story,
I heard
too.
it sounded like a jet engine. They were booing so bad. They were
Yeah.
like,
Douche. But he fucked Madonna, so he's ahead of us.
He's still hot. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from
His
him.
dick didn't fall off either.
And we're going to say the same thing about Aaron Hernandez. I'd hit it. You know what I mean? I'll go to the same prison for a little while.
In those red
Oy.
shorts.
Oh, yeah. He was packing. Let's just
You
say.
see it, Clayton?
I was playing Murder, She Wrote with those shorts for a
looking
little
it up now.
while.
You know they all wear cups, right? Just saying.
Not when they come grab you out of the house.
Not
in
when
the
they
middle of
arrest
the
you
day.
out of the bathroom. Oh, you've never seen Aaron Hernandez in the red shorts?
Well, stand by him. I'm
When he's
looking
been
up
around,
now.
and he's like jiggling.
Is
like
it
jiggling.
A-A-R-O-N?
Yeah. Just put in murderer.
Oh, it came right out.
Hot murderer, red shorts.
Aaron Hernandez, red shorts. Let's see what happens. Oh, actually, there's actually a title for it already.
I bet that's registered.
Yeah.
Oh, stand
Because look
by.
at, if you can get a picture of him walking.
Video, yes.
Oh, that thing is swinging. And Barbara was kind enough to share like all the hung men.
Barbara was kind?
Yeah. Well, recently once. She shared a link on our page of like the 12 most hung actors in Hollywood.
Just bulges, it said.
Yeah, and seriously, if Casino Royale did not make you sit up and eat more, like just like when he walked out of the water in that bathing suit and you saw that bulge.
So, though you have very bad, limited internet at your house, you do post things like that.
Well,
No, he just posted it right here.
Oh, just here. Okay, good.
I know, but I mean, my phone coverage is really the issue, not so much the internet at home.
Yeah.
But it's terrible. It is literally that commercial with the dead zone.
That's a
Like,
bad.
they tell people not to move in.
That's a bad angle. I gotta go for another video.
Just watch him
Find
walk.
video,
All you
yeah.
gotta see is video of him walking.
No,
His
it
perp
didn't-
walk.
It didn't work.
Yeah, he did a perp walk with red shorts, no panties, hands behind back, just jumping. It was,
Maybe it's a different angle.
That was a leaping lizards moment for me.
Okay,
so
so
Ellis
Jumping,
Rodriguez and 12 other
jumping.
major and minor leaguers were suspended Monday, but it's the New York Yankees' third baseman who will be playing the remainder of the season. He was banned through all of the 2014 season and what was supposed to be the rest of this season, but he's appealing it, so he gets to play anyways. And they made such a big fucking deal out of this for 3 days on the news that they were going to get him, and they're going to get him, and they're going to get him, but now we're going to let him play.
Well, they are going to. I mean, the fucking union.
Right, but I think
And as liberal as I am, and as like I have a few problems with some unions, but
yeah, like when your union is keeping the wrong people in.
Right. Yeah.
And the other thing is, but smarten up, baseball commissioner, whoever you
change
are.
the rules.
No,
Oh, Bud Selig?
suspend him the day the season ends. Make the suspension effective then. And then he's not playing, so his appeal happens when he shouldn't be playing. So you don't have like the New York Yankee. The New York that's an estab. That's a thing.
He's a dick.
He's a
and
dick.
He has no grace and no respect for the game. And I'm not even into it. But I know that it's a hallowed tradition and it means a lot to a lot of people. And he just
peed all over it.
He really
and he
did.
left the stupidest paper trail. He's another one like Aaron Hernandez, where the cop was saying this wasn't really tough to catch him because
have
he's
you on video.
really dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And this was another thing. Like this guy was such a douche. I mean, he's not. I mean, he's no Derek Jeter.
but
he's not
they
beloved
think
to
he
that
can
level.
get
but-
away with everything.
Right. And enough that he left a paper trail that I'm sorry, but a fucktard could find.
Like they have a signed receipt from Acme Drugs.
Yeah, exactly. He went full on Roadrunner on this one.
God.
Right.
If the coyote catches you.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie
Right.
June's in the chat room. Hi, Katie June.
Oh, Katie. Hi, baby.
Just in
Oh.
time for sports.
Katie,
Yeah.
we bomb sports. Katie, let us know if the Mercury won any time recently.
So the
Anytime.
They're doing a bobblehead night with that.
With Aaron. Or was her name Aaron? No.
Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Brittany Griner.
She's a tough looking bitch too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we saw her in person at the Palomar.
Yeah,
Palomar Hotel.
And she was coming out of the ducking out of the elevator. Good God,
with
she
her.
is fucking tall. One huge thing I thought we were talking about the Olympics earlier and the idea of in Russia, blah blah blah. Now the Summer Olympics, which we loved
Right.
last year. Missy Franklin,
Yep.
who's phenomenal. Won a
Wunderkid, if
record-
you will.
Yes, won a record 6 gold medals at the World Swimming Championships in Barcelona. So like she's on pace for really doing some
And she's
great
so young.
stuff.
What is she now? 18? Is she 18 now?
I believe so. Yes, 18. She owns the most world titles by a female swimmer with 9. She just really is amazing.
And helped up that Carly Rae, whatever her name is, song stay on the charts
Jepsen?
for 4 more weeks.
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, call me maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a couple more weeks out of that single.
No, so anyway, she's pretty fantastic. That was, I thought, a pretty big
and-
story.
Also in sports news, O.J. Simpson.
Applied for his what do you got?
He got parole.
He got paroled, but unfortunately his sentences are concurrent.
Yeah, we got you on this still.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not.
You're gonna be there. He's got like 4 more. They said 4 more years at least. And by you know what I mean, like I don't know. He's not gonna be as knife wieldy when he gets out.
Well, his arthritis is gonna slow down his stabbing.
Yeah,
Exactly. I mean, he's
doesn't
still
have
gonna
a-
hate her, but he's not gonna.
Yeah.
He won't have the same conviction when the chases her.
Oh, and
I love
it
it.
says Magic Johnson still. Oh, never mind.
What?
I misread it. Okay, I'll drink to self-editing.
Well, I think the back to the A-Rod thing, the fact that none of this is new. And that's the thing that pisses me off because
Did
you
they
have
let it
Mark
keep going? Yeah, I
McGuire,
agree.
you have Sammy Sosa with doing the bat. What was he doing?
He had like a corked.
Cork. Yep, he corked his
Who
bat.
knew I knew sports?
Nicely done. And
I've corked my bat a few times, ladies and
you
gentlemen.
leave
Whoa.
But
Looking at John
but
Hamm's
it's
bulge.
just it's amazing to me that much of this stuff isn't new, but they don't do anything about it. They make a huge fucking deal out of it.
I can't believe that they haven't banned all these people for life.
Right.
I mean, isn't Pete Rose the only one with a? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's Pete Rose the only person that has a
And kept
lifetime
out-
suspension and kept
Right.
out
Out
of the
Hall of Fame.
Right.
And
'Cause
these
of
people
gambling.
and gambling, not
Gambling.
not performance
An
enhancing
honest
drugs.
player.
Right. Mark McGuire is
Like, but they
holds a
honor those people's
record.
records. They honor those records still. Like there's an
Absolutely.
asterisk by it, but
Sorry? For most home runs, whatever it was
Yeah, I think
with
one
McGuire.
of
they shouldn't have the record.
No,
No.
you shouldn't at all. And it's and this was just handled. I mean, from top to bottom, so badly.
Right.
And they're saying like this is the next generation of users with whatever their new doping technique is. That like it makes the Mark McGuires and Sammy Sosas look like complete rank amateurs.
Oh, yeah.
But then they're saying that the other 12, like, and no one turned them in. I guess the guy that helped either McGuire or Sosa get drugs. He went to jail because he wouldn't incriminate whichever one it was. I can't remember. I think it was Sammy Sosa. He refused to incriminate Sammy Sosa, so he went to jail for obstruction of justice for not testifying. All they had to do with A-Rod's doctor was say, "Have you seen Oz? I'll sign. I don't want to get raped."
Speaking of like,
He turned in A-Rod so fast.
but speaking of like that strange stuff, Aaron Hernandez, one of the guys that like they're trying to break him. He is like kind of a kept boy for Aaron Hernandez. He lives in an apartment that Aaron Hernandez rented for him, and is very discreet. And so I'm almost wondering if there's a story there.
A story there. And what I also heard was their like hitmen.
I'll look it up right now.
Well,
Right, and the other thing is, like, is it like he's my boy toy and I like to pound it a little bit in case I ever go to prison, so I'm ready?
Have you read that?
Or
about him?
yes, or is it a hitman because there's that secret apartment that they found, and then they found out that the guy lived there,
And he pays him a certain amount of money per month
Oh.
and keeps him on lockdown.
Yeah, so they said, like, is he a hired hitman because this is not his first murder?
Or is he hired ass?
Right.
Or is he practicing for his first time on Oz? And for Katie, Orange is the New Black. I still don't get what.
Okay, so
It's
Aaron
funny.
has gotten
Have you read the
into
book?
it. No.
No, I haven't, but I've
Uh-uh.
seen the interview with her.
Aaron
the
just started, I think, yesterday, the day
tone
before.
of the
and
show
can't-
is so bizarre that every episode ends, and I'm watching it slowly because I don't want to OD on it because I'm trying to wrap my mind around. It's really well written. I saw an article today that talked about, like, this is like every woman actress that ever needed a job.
Right.
It's all females. No one's playing stereotypical, like, really interesting writing, but the tone shifts like we're watching Smash. Like,
Okay.
you're in a comedy, you're in a drama, you're in this, you're in that.
What's it say? Read it what it says.
I'm just
It's just fuckable.
Beautiful.
Oh no, I'm not fighting you on that. I thought you were going more for the story about the kept boy and what that was.
It's very
Pornographic or
interesting.
no?
There's dirty sex. It's prisoner cell block H with pussy. I mean, and Wild Eye. There's a character named Wild Eye who I don't know if you're far enough into seeing Wild Eye.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Aaron just started it.
Like I just don't know. Like, am I supposed to be laughing? Am I supposed to be enjoying a drama? I just don't know what tone I'm looking for.
Okay.
But I'm like every episode that ends, I'm like, okay, there we go.
But like they found
All right.
they found Aaron's clothes at this guy's house.
Right.
That kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, it's a little.
Just so everybody's clear, when I'm talking Aaron, I mean my partner. Because I've just realized all that was
'Cause we're all talking about somebody
unclear.
else.
Aaron Hernandez, yeah.
Well,
Very
You're hitting the
unclear.
nice school teacher. We're
I
trying to
am.
get in bed with the serial murderer.
you're hitting Aaron Henderson, not
Henderson,
Hernandez.
right.
And
I have
Very
an
different.
Aaron- I
because
have
of
an
the
Aaron
violence
H
of the
as well.
topic, we're not really hitting her.
No. And right.
Little poke and tickle, ladies and
I have
gentlemen.
an ERIN, whereas you guys have
Aaron
double A.
Gobrau.
That's correct. You guys have the
Wow.
double A.
Somebody just yelled at me.
I know, right? I was just yelled at.
Okay, well, it's comes to the time where I think we go to our next segment of our lovely little show on the the end of our third hour. Yes, it is. I will.
And Katie did have an HRC event tonight. She was raising money for the gays.
Yeah, good for her.
I
Good for
met a
us.
gay recently.
How many?
When do we get our cut on that?
We don't.
I'm so tired of everybody raising money for the gay community, and I don't get a fucking dollar.
One's
mine.
To interject.
Yes, ma'am.
I want my
Kat,
Can you put a condom on before you do that?
Acres and a mule.
Safety first.
Kat
Acres and a-
Carlson.
Yes, what about her?
had remember when we came back from New Kids on the Block and there was that picture of that not tiny lady
Yes, that was
had
in-
I love Dick
Right.
on the back.
I seen the German version. Deichen or something, right? Yeah.
Well, apparently Kat could not handle that, and she was like, "There has to be something more." So she looked it up, and it means I love you. It's this DICH, and it means I love you. Apparently, I still think our way is better.
That's more fun, sure.
It's way more fun. But she said it's
I have a
apparently an
what?
H.
Weren't
You
you
weren't here.
Oh, you
You
weren't
were
here.
at a
Okay.
I'll just show you the picture.
That's
quick.
right. 'cause-
Oh, okay. And I want to make it clear to all listeners that honestly,
Sorry.
I was in a drug-induced or alcohol coma. New Kids on the Block, I got nothing. Nothing.
Oh.
Not one thing.
It's all right. Well, we'll
Katie
go.
wasn't
Hysterical.
believing me the day that I was telling her. I'm like, nothing.
Katie, don't stop believing.
I don't really know who they are. Like, I know there's a Wahlberg in there somewhere. That's about all I got.
Okay, 9:35, the middle of hour 3. We've got about 25 more minutes left to go in the show, and we will get kicked off with this
I
next
like
segment.
Dick.
I can't even talk for some reason.
Means I love
Our next
you.
segment is called Thoughtful Vulgarity.
And now, Thoughtful Vulgarity, where we, in the studio, try to make ourselves slightly less shallow, which is not hard to do. We will ask one question of the panel and have them try to answer it while fucked up drunk. Because you know at home how well it goes when an important question comes up 90 minutes after alcohol has been served. Politics, religion, why not? You're fucked up. What could possibly go wrong? Who could you offend? You've been warned. Good luck.
Well, our question is, what do you do when your boyfriend, you thought he said, I love dick.
Well, I've looked it up.
And then when you Google it, you're like, oh, he said he loves me.
It's gay blog with a porn slant.
Oh.
Rantings of a 22-year-old student with sex on his mind, love in his heart, and time to play at being naughty. There's also a band called Ich lieb dich. But what it means is I love you in German.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dick means.
But this is apparently DICH.
Oh, that okay. So
This supposedly, and I was
all right.
like,
So it's poor
I
spelling.
don't buy it. I think it's poor
It's only
tattooing.
the
That's an
tattoo
H.
says
It
live
is an H.
your life.
It is
Why
an
you
H, but
apostrophe
it's
RE?
close enough that when you're that far away and she keeps moving.
Well, she looks like a billboard.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Because when she went like this,
Fat
that
before
kinda-
kindness.
Well, just saying, all. Good God, that was something.
I remember I told.
We're gonna have a real question here at some point. I'm not sure.
No, I told everybody that Pussy LaHoot had a white power tattoo on her stomach.
To help her in prison.
I mean, her white
But what it
power
actually
flower.
says, when you open all the folds, it actually says White House Power and Electric.
You're Westinghouse. Jesus.
That's not right.
Yeah, it's not funny.
Ich liebe dich auch means I love you too.
Ouch is what I would have said if she had fallen on me.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Somewhere in this, we're gonna find a real
Yes.
question.
Okay. All right. We're gonna start with Minerva over here.
That's my new name today.
Minerva, the pride of the plains. Oh, I'm in.
This is that blog.
Oh, ich liebe her.
We got 20 minutes
What the hell
left.
did my question go?
I don't know.
It'll okay. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna just try to remember it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there it is. Aside from the Stephen Sondheim song, Melissa, what is the difference between living? Etheridge, Manchester, pick your Melissa.
Somebody.
What is the difference between living and being alive? Oh, ich lieben. That.
Actually enjoying yourself. Not
Someone
being
to
negative,
hold
not
me
being
too
depressed.
close.
I told you we're not allowed to go there. It's too easy.
My bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've already
Just,
seen-
Being alive is Terry Schiavo.
There
Not
you go.
anymore,
right.
but about
right.
7 or 8 years ago.
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Zsa
just
Zsa
because
Gabor.
all you are is alive. I mean,
Whatever
you're-
parts are on the bed.
Table. Whatever's left under the 90.
Bob.
Bit by bit.
Piece by
Piece
piece.
by piece.
Slowly I turn. Well, I was going to turn,
Slowly turn into a nub.
but I'm missing the joints.
Yeah. I mean, truly, I think that's what it is. Like, you know, if like I had my little Facebook post about driving back and the things, the little things that kind of irritate me. And one of them, like, there was this bitch in line when I had gone in to get the windshield wipers. And I seriously think that it wasn't
saw
the
your
glass half
posting.
full
I saw
or
your
half
posting.
empty. I think she seriously, just to be able to bitch about it, took the glass and went, well, God damn it, now I don't have a glass. Now, that's wrong too.
Wait, I missed something.
And
What?
So the idea of people, like, that's to me not living. You know, to
Oh, constantly find something to
yeah, constantly finding something that, you know, that is wrong. and
Maybe that's her only way of communicating with people. That's her only interaction with
But
people.
who is the her in this
maybe
story? That's what I
that
missed.
it was somebody
Aaron.
as I was driving. No,
Hernando.
it was as I was driving back.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
In the windshield wiper
Right,
story.
right,
Okay,
right.
all right, all
I'd like
right.
to give a shout out and hello to France, who is now on board.
Hi, France.
Oh, bonjour.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Comment allez-vous?
Champagne.
But, you know, but to be able to enjoy things and see the beauty in things and excuse my beauty,
Yeah,
age before beauty, as it were.
Speaking of excuse my beauty, go ahead.
Oh, you're kidding me. Somebody named Ernie Hernandez just friend requested me on Facebook. Swear to God.
That's awesome.
That's funny as shit.
I enjoy that.
Aaron
You need to-
Hernandez?
No, Ernie
Hernandez.
Hernandez. We have 37 mutual friends.
That's
Wow,
awesome.
she's
Is
busy.
it the old Pride guy?
No, not Ernie Mendoza.
Oh, Mendoza. My bad.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I would say. Like, if you're just you can't enjoy something and everything
Where's
is
my
just
beauty no more?
then I would say that that's not living.
Barbara.
No.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Age before beauty.
No, I mean that's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, and somebody gave me the blues about spending as much as I spent to see Madonna in concert
last time. I'm like, you know what?
Fire that person immediately.
I fucking do things I don't want to do. I go places I don't want to be. I deal with people I'd rather stab in the eye. Guess what?
You can leave at any time.
I took his knife on the way in.
Guess what? It's so I can go see
afford to
Madonna.
go. Right.
It's so I can. Yeah. So,
Sure.
no.
So you can enjoy.
So you can
yourself.
live.
Eternal youth is worth a little suffering. Is what you're trying
I mean,
to say.
if I was just gonna live on welfare, I would do that, and I could be alive.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, doing things that you enjoy.
And
You're a hard worker. I can tell.
But I'm going to concur with you on the same thing. I mean, if you're literally just your heart's beating and you're breathing, okay, you're alive. And I mean, you at the restaurant understand there's the technical, you're alive, got you there.
Right.
But if you're not doing anything you enjoy and you're not taking your time to spend with friends doing a radio show on a Tuesday night, or you're not meeting for brunch on a Sunday with and having 3 hours of wonderful conversation. No, you're not alive at all. There are moments when I'm like, you think about, Jesus, do I do anything else with my schedule other than it's so slotted and it's so this? But I'm like, and my mom reminds me, she's like, yeah, but that's what you like to do. That's your world. You like having that. My schedule's always full of something to do. I have my downtime here and there, and I do, and sometimes I actually feel guilty because I'm going to sit in my recliner and I'm going to watch a show, or I'm going to do something, and I feel weird because I've done it. But
stop that now. I can't stress enough. You got to stop feeling guilty for just relaxing.
Going and living.
But I get it.
Yeah,
I completely get it.
Yeah, just doing things you enjoy doing. I think that's an easy question. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if you feel differently about that. I can't imagine how sad your life is.
Correct.
Well, I mean,
correct.
Yeah. A recent example was me working too much. Like that was. It wasn't living. I was making a living, but then I was like, I can't keep working this much. Like, I have to go back to doing things with people and having a social life, not just work, go to bed, work, go to bed, work, go to bed, and enjoy a paycheck.
Right, because what are you
spending it for?
What are you working for? Right.
Well,
right.
But if you enjoy what you're doing, because there was in the last month or so, I mean, there was a lot of work, for instance, on Ernie's house. Aaron.
I like that you actually you're not using her.
Well, because I'm looking at him.
Yeah, it's just so I'll know who she's
because I'm looking at him.
I
want
call her
him.
Aaron. He's gonna go back to the guy with the big dick.
Exactly. I know exactly where this one will go. But I mean,
Marianne's got a point.
But I thought it was Minerva or something.
Oh, Minerva. The Pride of the Plains.
Yeah. But I really, I enjoyed doing it. It
Right.
was hard work, and it didn't kind of stop. And it was like, dear God, when is this? But I enjoyed doing it because it was for a reason, and there was, I don't know.
And a few years ago.
It's constant, but you're like, okay.
I was talking to someone about things that I absolutely can't stand to do, and I was kind of mocking her for the fact that she likes mowing the lawn, that she wouldn't give that up.
Stop talking about Clayton. He's right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. So hard to see in that shirt.
Age before beauty.
So
fuck you.
So she says to me, she's like, you know what? She's like, my life is stressful. She's like, I really don't like my job. She's like, my kids are a hassle, and the husband's got the flu or whatever that line is from Cats in the Cradle. She's like, I like to throw on a pair of headphones and go mow the lawn because no one will bug me when I'm mowing the lawn because there's a chance I might ask them to do it.
Right.
She's like, so I get the whole lawn mowing time with my headphones on to listen to what I want to, and no one fights with me or argues with me or asks me for anything else. And it's a big lawn, so it's a big lot of time.
I was going to say, and then they went and bought a bigger lawn. And
yeah, I'm like, that is the best justification I've ever heard for a stupid task, but no one's going to come and be like, can I do that for you?
Right.
But I would wholeheartedly agree with that. Not just because of the lawn, but I spend so much time, if at all possible, just to have a radio or not on in my shop, doing something mindless, like working on some little toy or a piece of equipment. Nobody bothers me. Nobody else wants to come and work on it with me.
Right.
It is my time. It's my time to do that. More often than not, I have music or something on, but it's nice to just have that. I'm in my shop, in my space. Nobody's gonna fuck with my tools or my stuff. It's my world. It's. I guess it would be almost akin to, when you're at your house, you're just your music and your computer, and you're doing maybe house chores or
mine
cleaning.
is washing the dishes. I love to wash dishes.
Right.
Bring me all your dirty dishes. Let me look out the kitchen window with some music playing, and I'm delighted.
Very similar. It's similar how I am. Yeah.
I like that.
Follow-up question, Mr. Perkins. I'm assuming there's something else.
Oh, of course there is.
Or Barbara. Now, maybe we should. Barbara, do you have a poignant question that you might like to ask the panel?
No.
Jesus Christ. Pulling teeth.
In the future, you have to tell me to come with those things.
No.
I just came with a headline and I got yelled at for using it.
No.
It was a great headline.
It was.
Well, I got to see pictures
Your timing was impeccable.
of Aaron Hernandez in red shorts. I'm not upset about that.
Look, I'm not
Video,
upset.
it's worth the time.
Oh.
Treat yourself.
All right, let's go all Rosie O'Donnell on this one because I love this question.
Barbara Streisand and Broadway?
Yeah. I'll take Broadway for 500. Isn't one person's terrorist another person's freedom fighter?
I agree 100%. And that opinion does not make a lot of friends, by the way.
No, didn't make Rosie any. She
And-
left that day.
And like when I compare Christians to those people, that really blows people up. I got into somebody on Facebook recently because they were talking about baptisms, and I'm like, really? You think that's cool to just make a kid have a covenant with God? Why don't you let the kid decide that? You give the kid to God? It's no.
It's just a nice way to waterboard.
It is. I'll tell you nothing, Nazi pig. That's what the kid's first words are.
But yeah, I think so.
Oh, I'm going to agree with you, Richard, and I'm going to sing. You're on the same page.
I do. I mean, and we're going through it in Egypt.
Yeah.
Like, who do you side
They
with?
believe in it so much they're willing to kill themselves for it.
Right.
Whereas opposed to this crazy lady from the American Concerned Values people, she's as much as she's willing to do for what she believes in is sit here and talk on the radio.
And put a yellow ribbon on her car. That's as far as she'll
The
go.
least she can do.
Right. That's what I was
Or press
where
a
I was
like
going
button.
to was like a Westboro kind of thing,
Right.
You know, and that's why I was kind of
No,
like.
and that's where I went with it too. But I
Yeah.
have to agree that they are. There's the other 6 people that they're protesting
Right.
for. That's their freedom. Like
That's
they
right.
think they're.
But that's why I was stuck because I'm like, does anybody really believe it? Yeah,
Those people don't know any
because they don't know any better.
And they were
Yeah.
they were brought up in a world that
Recruited.
this is what you do. And
They were raised by terrorists. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, when it comes to like Westboro Church or
Right,
like
varied
Catholics-
varied level of terrorists. Just
They
not like
believe
somebody
it.
who's-
David Koresh, I mean, any of the.
I don't even want to qualify it. I think that is terrorism. Like those people that bomb abortion clinics and shoot doctors, that's just a terrorist.
Oh no, I agree, but I'm
but
saying
they're ballsier than people
But
who
they
will
bring
only
their 4-year-olds.
people that like I said, that's still ballsier than someone who will only press a like button
Oh,
or
right,
change
right,
their
right,
default
right.
picture to an equal sign. That I got into that a couple months ago too.
But that's the difference between being a terrorist and just being like a follower. Like if you're really a terrorist, like a terrorist versus freedom fighter, you got to be willing to do something.
But they don't know they're
above and beyond.
But they don't know they're crazy. They don't know they're terrorists.
Right, in the Westboro people don't know they're causing terror to anyone else. They think they're just spreading light and joy.
And they're trying to save you.
And they're trying to save you. Like to them, there's no terror involved. So that's just interesting. And now as we, and I say this about Egypt because I think it's so interesting that we don't know what to do. We're not Egyptian. It's not our country. It's not our religion. It's
Not our culture,
All
none
we
of
can
that.
do is stand back and like John McCain today was like, it's a coup. Well, of course it's a fucking coup, you retard.
That's another one.
It's sorry, but that's the.
His old roommate just died this week. Did you read that?
Oh really, butt buddy? No.
His cellie from Vietnam.
Oh, Cindy McCain was in the movie theater next to us. They're making a big brouhaha outside the theater. But I mean, for John McCain to go on and say that when the military took over and ousted the president, it's a coup. Of course, we knew it was a coup 2 weeks ago, but we can't give them money if we call it a coup. So no one's calling it a coup. Sure. So could you not call it a coup, you dumbass? Oh, he's a fucking
Yeah, coot.
Okay.
The old coot. Well played.
I like this
it.
question. What is intelligence?
Living and not just being alive.
And I'll give you a backup question. Like, is there a difference between is there really book smarts and street smarts?
Absolutely.
Of course there is.
Positively.
Yeah. I'm
So
sure.
what makes someone like if you think someone is intelligent, what is it about them that makes them intelligent?
Their sense of humor, to be honest with you. That's a big deal for me. But and I'm not talking about dating. I just mean in general.
Oh, Ernie's not funny?
Ernie's very
she's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah, she's very
good,
funny.
good. I was worried about where
She's
we're
been
going
on the
with
show. You might remember.
Yeah.
Don't know, never met her.
Yes.
Thoughtfulness, I think, it makes somebody intelligent.
I think intelligence is using your life experience and other people's life experience to keep from doing the same stupid stuff over and over.
And I kind of mean that with the thoughtfulness. I mean, like, not. Yeah. I mean, not hurting people with stuff that. I mean, if you already know that stuff is going to hurt, things are going to hurt people, not doing that.
But is that intelligence? Now I got to write down my phone.
Well, but wait, isn't do you define intelligence as a learned behavior?
Ray, that's what I'm asking you to define.
Oh, okay. I thought there was already a clinical definition.
No.
that
Like, what
Yeah.
do you
Because I
what
would
do you consider? Like, if you think someone is an intelligent person,
way
what
too
is it
blanket
about
for
them?
me.
Yeah, what is it about them that makes you think, oh, that's an intelligent person?
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
The three words that
Radio. Someone should go.
I just didn't want to step on her toes. I
okay.
thought she
I've
was
been
waiting
driving
for something.
I've been driving for 3 days.
The first three words that came to mind was perception, insight, and analysis. So I would say that it is a learned thing. So if you learn something and you figure it out, and you like, I have a mechanical ability. I don't know how I got it, but I have the ability I can take stuff apart. I can do things that I know other people can't do it. And I don't understand how people can't understand those things, but they don't. And then that's fine. I have to accept it. But I look at like the insight of, if somebody may not be book smart, I had my mother's father, very intelligent man, but I don't even know if he did 6th or 9th grade. I don't know what he did, but he had such insight. He had such, when he would think about things, or he would analyze something, just the process in which he went through to get from point A to point B to figure something out was amazing to me. And I do the same thing. I will go through something 100 times in my head before I ever act on it. In most cases, sometimes there are impulsive things that we do that are crazy, but like in regards to this, I don't know how you know all the shit you know, aside from you watch. I mean, I love documentaries, but you read a lot, and I don't read. I've never been a reader. But I would put you in that. I think you're intelligent, but you're also book smart because you went to school. You know all kinds of shit I'll never know. But I would put you in that category of intelligent. But you also factor in, because of the life that you've led and what you've been through, you also have street smarts. You pay attention to aspects of things that I don't ever see. I don't, like, you were joking about the fact that Jason Carlton, when you worked at BS, he knew everybody's car, what year it was, what they did. But you realized, he always wears that shirt, or he always smokes that, or he always does that, or he always says that. You pick up on so many different things with people.
And I think everybody does. I
that
think
I don't
everybody
do.
remembers people a different way, or sees things a different way.
Sure.
Right. So to me, I'd say intelligence is more on those lines of perception, insight, how you look at things, and not just because you read it in a book and you know it because somebody else told you. If you figured it out on your own, I'd rather you tell me something that you learned on your own, rather than you just saying, well, the book says you have to do it this way.
Right, and I would agree, because to me, there's book smart, and then there's intelligent people. There's people that can just spew out information, but have no idea how to use it practically.
How to apply it.
How to apply it. And I have a dear friend that was trying to prepare himself for like a big interview, and I was like, oh my God, you are so smart, but you can't apply one thing you know.
Sure.
And like flashcards with words, and he would be like, I hope not. What's that line from Clueless? I hope not sporadically. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, like he learned one word, so he's got to fit it into every sentence. And it's like, no, it's not time for a $20 word.
You can't use it that way, right?
But I would say like someone who can take. Go ahead.
I'm just going. Tanner in the chat room says evolving is intelligent, and that's I think it's the same thing that what I was saying. But I agree. As long as you can evolve and adapt, and you can realize the changes in your world, if you will, I think that obviously shows intellect. And
you have to be fluid. I say this all the time. Every situation, everything you're doing, everything, it's fluid. Like you have to be able to move and bend and turn and get around whatever is in front of you.
Yet still be able
and
to
stay yourself.
Stay yourself. Stay hooked to your own morals. Sure. Barbara, you've been rather quiet within this question.
I answered first.
Oh my God! But it was such a short answer.
I was letting you, because I got yelled at last.
Okay, so my follow-up question, because Marnie brought it up, and this is honest. So little self-reflection. We have 5 minutes. Are you able to stop doing the same thing over and over? And how do you draw the line?
When for myself?
Yeah, for yourself.
When
for
it
yourself.
either hurts.
But when do you recognize a pattern?
When I see it in somebody else's eyes.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Like when somebody says, "Look what you've done."
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, or hear it in somebody else's voice. Absolutely, that's done.
Yeah, sometimes it does take that outside. I can see that.
Yeah. And when do you draw the line in, like, and I know you have a relationship where you eventually had to be like, all right, this is fucking
done. Right,
yeah.
right.
Like what is it that makes you finally say?
When you see it maybe in your own eyes, not to just keep to overuse that, but I mean when you look up and you're like, wow, Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah, look at you. You keep beating yourself in the head. That's dumb.
I always joke that on that same thing, that I can make the same mistake over and over and over. But for me, it usually only takes me to see one person make that mistake, and I go, "Oh my God, what an idiot you look like!"
Right.
And then I realize, okay,
Oh, I just did that.
Right.
Yeah, like you say to
Sure.
yourself, "Oh, I just did it."
Sure.
And then you realize how it looks. Like I have to see it from an outside point of view. But I always subscribe that to or ascribe that to being a Gemini, because they always say Geminis are always participants and observers at the same time.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
With
that
the
dual.
twins?
Yeah,
The
that's.
twins?
Well, the Gemini, I mean, yeah, because you're the dual
I can't do the
personality.
Libra, but I get along well with the Geminis because of that duality.
Right.
Cece, if we could just explore that duality.
Oh, duality, darling. It's very good.
So how about you, Clayton?
There's been a few times in my life when I've done something, or I've known that I've done or handled a situation a certain way, and that I have literally, similar to what you said. Clearly, that's why we're all friends, because we do see things similar. Then I'll see somebody else do it.
Not
and I'm
like
like
Barbara, though.
And I'll be.
I consider you guys coworkers.
Unpaid.
But I will see
someone that I used to know.
I'll see somebody do something. I'll be like, generally I'll be quiet about it. In my like, oh, I did it that way once, and I see how bad it turned out for me. And then it just reminds me to not do something a certain way again. But I think your part of it is a couple of times, not many. Fortunately, not many times in my life have I had somebody like put a mirror in front of me and be like, okay, you've done this 4 times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And well, because after once,
that's
it's a
awkward
pattern.
and horrible and fist fight producing.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, you're like, well, I'm never going to speak to that person again because they're an evil cunt. But they may have been right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and after once, it's a pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Now, obviously, we're
the second boyfriend that looks exactly the same as the last one.
Absolutely. Yeah. If I were with another one like I was earlier.
Now we're applying this to something that is a repeated bad thing, not good.
Right,
Because I think all the good things we do that we keep repeating and doing successfully, those are fine.
Right.
These are only bad things. I'm assuming you're applying this to.
No, and that's what I mean about stop, because that's the the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same result, and expecting a different result.
You ain't got much time.
I would. Mine is the combination.
Well, thank you, though.
Thank you. The combination of someone saying, "That's fucked up," like again, another one, and I'm okay. And then the other thing is I have these moments of clarity, and I've had like 6 or 7 of them in the last 10 years, where it's just like I stood somewhere and said, "That's all I have to say about that."
And you're done. You can walk away.
And I can
So
walk
you
away.
pull like a Forrest Gump.
Yeah, and it really
running. I mean, and then being like,
yep, that's the end of that. And I've done it with so many different things that I used to really enjoy, and I was like, and I say it about drag, like everything I had to say about drag, I got to say, and I could put it away. Like I loved it, I had fun with it, and then I was like, that's all I have to say.
Just like all the drag he has hidden in closets in his house.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
really
But
it's a really weird moment of clarity that I get every once in a while. That's all I have to say.
Sure.
There is that.
I love it.
Well, thank you all, Barbara. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
It was good to have me.
It's Marnie
It
Ryer,
was.
Al Perkins. I'm Clayton McKee. Thank you for being
Clayton,
with
you
us.
did your best.
I do
Don't
what I
beat
can.
yourself
Right. We'll be here again next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, 7 to 10 every week. But we always like to leave you with a comforting and thoughtful phrase. Well, it's just become our tagline. We
Don't fuck it
will.
up. Oh.
No, not that. We will see you next Tuesday.
You've been listening to The Show on Q Talk America.